I wanna, oh, no, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champions for the time. Oh, oh, WWE, and then we break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat, all the action, all the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
And here we are. We back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome,
Yes.
welcome to the Champions Corner. How y'all doing out there? I'm digital audience. How you doing? First time listeners, first day fans. How y'all doing?
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
got
sir.
me. We got the host, Ron G, in the building. You know how I do it.
Oh.
We got the professor, Mr. BJ, professor of wrestling. And he back. He been missing a few shows, but the Alabama ambassador is in the building. Give it up. How y'all doing, fellas?
5 times. What's up, man?
How's everyone?
Oh yeah, we back with it.
Came out of nowhere.
But yeah, we about to
I miss
discuss the
wrestling.
whole. We got a whole week of wrestling pack in on this show. It's a big one. It's a big one.
Yeah.
So get your snacks, get ready to hear some greatness in a great conversation. And we're gonna get into it. First, we got Raw, NXT, AEW, everything packed in here. So I know y'all ready to hear what we got to say about it, because we got some strong opinions about what's been going on this past week.
Good
But we're
Lord.
gonna start off with Raw. Oh yeah, but we're gonna start with Raw. Raw was hype. The crowd, I was surprised. They had me hyped for a lot of things out there, especially for Punk's promo at the beginning. They show him coming in all the way through, talking about
I love those.
I might not be able to. I might have been able to kill Drew. I ain't gonna promise nothing like that. Cause a lot of wrestlers do that, and they really shouldn't. But he said, "I'm definitely make this man bleed." And then for WWE in the past few years, that's a big thing, big statement to make in WWE. To make somebody bleed, and and he gonna put the hurting on.
And I
He
mean,
even
he
said
should.
AJ, his sister, AJ and his sisters told him not to even do this. But he going beyond that. He said, hey, "This got to happen. Yeah, I don't care what we talking about. I know what y'all saying, but Drew got to get his from CM Punk."
Right.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? It's been going on since January, pretty much.
Yeah.
Probably before then, for the backstage stuff.
Well, January.
Here we are. I think this will be the final statement that has to be made.
The final match.
Huh?
I don't know. It was a good promo. Very good promo. I love how CM Punk did say that I am not going to promise or guarantee to kill you, but he did emphasize that if you're going to win this, you have to kill me. So he's telling Drew, you got to live up to your word. I do think that's pretty bold of a statement. CM Punk says he has a lot more matches left in him. I mean, I guess I don't know. He's only wrestled 2 or 3, but he says he has at least a lot more. We'll see. I don't know. I don't like his chances going in this match, I have to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, at that pace, at the pace he's going, he should have a lot of matches left in him. You got to wrestle once or twice a month, and you still staying in immaculate shape, and you're getting good money. You should have a lot left in the tank. So
that's a tribal chief setup.
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call that the Brock Lesnar. I guess we can't really be talking about him right now.
I mean, Triple H been talking about him. So, I mean, Brock, he in the conversation.
Well, the chaperone is talking about him then by all means.
And a lot of people thinking about, Punk's injuries over the past couple of years and whatnot. But at his age, he hasn't had as many bumps as other people his age. If you think about it, he had so much time off from wrestling.
The injury.
Right.
So his bump card isn't exactly like everybody else's.
I guess.
Huh?
No, I was thinking he hadn't had that much time because of the injury. Yeah. You're saying because of the retirement that he did. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But he still had those type a lot of injuries in the past couple of years. So that's what everybody's afraid of in pretty much every match he's in now. And he's saying he has a lot left in the tank for regular matches, but this is Hell in a Cell. He said he has 0 Hell in a Cell matches in him, but he's still going through with this. So what y'all think about him still doing this at his age and what his big motives are for this?
Oh, look,
Undertaker was still doing the matches, so
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Oh, Terry Funk was doing in these matches.
I
Terry
don't see
Funk
the
was like
problem with
60
it.
years old. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a real problem with it. I think it's good. It's a great way. I know the last time I was on the show, which was what was that right after Bash in Berlin.
Yeah.
I was saying I thought that would have been a blow off, but yeah, I was right. Bad Blood was coming up, so this would be a great way to end it. And then I'm assuming that he'll be going off with Seth after this. I don't know. I'm just saying. And but I think this is just fine. It's a Hell in a Cell match, which is honestly to me a Hell in a Cell match is a slower paced match than a regular match. You got to take your
Oh.
time to get to so many different things, and then you set up for the big bumps and the big spots. So I like gimmick matches because you know something big is gonna happen, and you kind of just you work your way up to it. It's a build, man. So I think they'll do just fine because they made the Four Corners match super entertaining. That might have been the match of the night. So I can only imagine what they can do with the Hell in a Cell. Hopefully it's not all red. You know what I mean. But
Oh yeah, I think they got away from that, but I don't know.
yeah,
I
that
think they
was
got
so
away from that.
annoying. But I think they'll be fine. They're both excellent at this art craft. It's gonna be a winner. And that might be the match of the night. I did check on those tickets, by the way. He told me that they was almost sold out, so they're not doing comps. So we'll have to just try for SmackDown.
Okay. But do y'all think it will main?
I don't know.
Do y'all think this match will main
Well, real
event?
quick. Well, I don't know. First of
Yeah,
all, I just want to put
I would
something
let
out there.
that.
Oh
One of
no.
y'all.
Well, hey, real quick.
What happened?
Punk is 45 years old. Punk is 45. We talk about him like he's 50 years old. I mean, he can wrestle. The problem is he brittle? Can he get hurt? Of course he can get hurt. Anyone can get hurt in any type of match. I think he'll be fine. I think it'll be a good match. Do I think it should main event? I don't know, because you know what? I think it's going to seem very similar to Hangman and Page. I mean, Hangman and Swerve. And I don't want to go that route, but these two are sort of feud of the year type contenders. They're both kind of pacing in the same formula. Going to Hell in the Cell with Swerve and Page just had one. I don't know. If they have a world title match at Bad Blood, I'd rather have that be the main event. Because they did, I don't know. No, I'm sorry. Punk and Drew is the main event. They are the main event for Bad Blood. Never mind, they are the main event. It's official.
Oh, it's made
They
that
would have
official.
to be.
Yeah, it is the main event. Now that I think about it, because they talked about it in it was either on Raw or
Well, I don't
SmackDown.
know.
They mentioned it or they mentioned
Roman on the show. Roman might debo that spot.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
he could. But I don't know. I gotta see. But no, Punk's 45. He'll be
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
He'll be fine. All right.
Do y'all think this was Punk's best promo since he's been back in
No.
WWE? How about you, Jacoby?
I'm gonna give it a close second. I like the one when he first got back and he ended it. And well, I guess that wasn't even a part of the promo when he said, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." Like that's a real statement in wrestling. Let's get this bread. And you know what I'm saying? His best promo was the interview he had with old buddy right before. I think that was WrestleMania. Was that the Arya guy or whatever? But
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I'm good.
nah,
funny.
yeah. So
One.
but nah, I'll give it a close second. I mean, I'll give it a 1A. So there's 1 and 1A. That's how close they are to me. Very good, though. I loved it. No, you know what, Ron? Hey, scratch that. I'm going to give it number 1 just because on this one we got the super long intro coming out the whip into the arena. Like, I love those shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids nowadays don't know how blessed they are. We never got to see that growing up.
Oh yeah, it definitely was. it built up the moment for what he had to say.
Right.
Yeah, because I think and in the gravitas of what he's talking about, like he's talking in a subtle tone to where you gotta listen up, sit up, and hear what he has to say.
Right.
Because he was saying like he meant every word. Like Drew got something coming to him, and so it got me hyped for this match. Because
Yeah, absolutely.
every promo is supposed to help you get butts in seats or get views on this, and I believe the promo on Monday did that.
Yeah.
It was good. It was
It
good.
So and he did
it certainly
himself.
garnered more attention.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But another promo that kind of
Go
had my attention was the one with Jey Uso and Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Woo!
Because they was throwing some zingers at each other. You know what I'm saying? Jay talk about his short, sweet NFL career. I was like that part right there just got me. Right? I was like, oh,
Hey man,
and Braun's face was like, you really went there. Like that wasn't scripted at all. Like, okay, is that where we're going?
when I saw that run, I immediately thought of
Yeah,
Denzel in Training Day. Oh, you mother, you gonna do this to me? All right, okay, all right.
yeah.
That's
BJ,
it.
what you talking about?
Oh, listen, bro, I love that interaction
Oh,
because sometimes people are so caught up on Jey Uso winning a title that they forget how good he is at everything else he does, and like they forget he's really a beast on the microphone. Like if you let him sit there and cook, he's gonna roast people. You know what I'm saying? And he went out there and just did it again to a much grander effect. Like it hit different because nowadays when you show up in WWE, you could be new on the roster, but everybody know everything about you already. So for him to even take that shot, it was just as good as Gunter taking the Goldberg to Bret Hart shot. Just as good.
Yeah, it was a good shot. It was a good shot. I mean, Jay's a good wrestler. Well, Jay is an entertaining star on the roster. The people love him. He's over with the crowd. But I mean, I don't know. He does come off as a one-trick pony. I'll say it. He's main event Jey Uso. I'm not denying it. People love him, but he really does come off as a one-trick pony. If we're talking about roasting people on a microphone, I don't know. Who was the other? This is the best promo Jay has pulled off outside of the work he's done with the bloodline. And a lot of that was just kind of emotional and facial recognition, stuff like that. Jay is really good at the acting stuff. I don't
Is
know.
that
This is
not
the
a part
best
of the
time
package?
we had.
But is that not all a part of the package? And he's had plenty of good promos. How long you been watching WWE? He's had plenty of them. Now I'm not gonna lie, they ain't really started cooking until they turned into what I like to call the Black Usos in 2016 when they got out the paint. You know,
Man, that's a lot of screaming and
yeah,
yelling.
you know, you know what I'm talking about when they got out the
Yeah,
boots and the Air
people paying
Force Ones
attention.
went on. What you? Oh yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When they came out the boots and the Air Force Ones went on, and we all know how, and we do mean the crispiest of Air Force Ones. No dirt on the bottom. How crispy are your shoes? I don't put them on until I'm in gorilla position because that's how clean them was. They've been cooking people on the mic for a long time. I remember them and New Day cooking each other.
No, we're
Like
talking about
he's
just
not.
Jay
I
Uso.
wouldn't.
We're talking about Jay Uso though. Just Jay.
I'm
yeah,
just, but again, he can't get to where he's at now if he didn't do that work then. You can't just, you see, that's what I don't like about modern day wrestling fans. They pick and choose, plus they move the goalposts. You got to look at the whole body of work, not just bits and pieces. Because
I never said Jay wasn't
hold
main
on,
event.
big dog.
I never said Jay wasn't
Huh?
main event Jay Uso. I'm not denying that. I just said
Well,
this
I
was
mean,
his
I'm
best
not
promo.
saying I'm not disagreeing with you as far as that, but the whole he a one trick pony. I mean, and that's your opinion, and that's how you view it. But I'm just giving you a different way to look at it because, like I said, without putting in all that work in the bloodline and going through all the character development he had to go through in that story, we wouldn't even have the main event Jey Uso character now. So I can't call somebody a one-trick pony when they went through so many different stages to even get to where they are now. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
Ron,
why
what
I
do you
think
think?
Bloodline story is a great story because it created those stars. And I think for a long time. And it took the entire Bloodline story for him to go solo, which, for what it is panned out pretty well outside of him not winning big matches. But that has nothing to do with him. That's just the story they're telling, which is a fine story. Because when he does win that big match, it's going to be a big moment. But I also, just to the point, the Bloodline story was just a great story to that it created stars. JB
And
Jey
it's,
Uso ain't winning
and
no title until after Survivor Series. I don't care what nobody say. They'll give him a title
most,
after this Civil War is over.
yeah, most likely.
I got him beating Bron. He's winning Intercontinental
Then you
title
gonna
first
be
time. I got him
they
winning.
gonna take the belt right off Braun after they just put it on him. It's not
Dude,
impossible,
listen, there's a lot of
but
long
I
title
just
reigns. I wouldn't be surprised if Braun Breaker's story in NXT was losing, learning the lesson, and then coming back. And I feel as if they could just keep going on the main roster. Braun has a pretty high opinion of himself, and I don't know. It just feels like he might need to knock down the peg a little bit. It's a
Yeah.
possibility. I'm just, for my
And,
money, I'm putting on Jey
no,
Uso. He's probably losing, but I'm taking Jey Uso just because I like the story that can be built from that.
hey,
Well, he had
I
the
ain't mad.
whole, your family ever beat someone from my family? That sounds like something I can carry on too.
right.
yeah.
But hey, I love it.
And
Keep the party going. Keep the party going. Make it continuous. I love it. Well, we'll get to that later, but yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Ron Ross. Oh.
hey. But I mean, that was in the promo too. And that's what Braun was talking about. You've been here. We was talking about Jay Career just now. Y'all talking about Jay Career. He said you've been here, 14, 16 to 16 years, and you
Something
ain't had a
like
singles
that.
championship. I've been here 6 months, and I here you look at me now.
That's the same thing Gunther said to Jey Uso. Jay said, dude, Gunther was like,
Yeah.
your accomplishments are tag team accomplishments. You don't have any singular accomplishments. That's the continuous trope against Jey Uso. Everything he's done has always been with a group. He's never really done much by himself, and that's the lesson he needs to learn. It does contradict him winning the Intercontinental title first time out, but for me, I do think still that could happen, and it's more of a Braun Breaker story, but that's another.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of people say that about Jay. So they don't like his matches. They just think, oh, he's all about the yeet now. That's all he do, and that's all he can say. He's a cartoon character, and that's all he does is yeet.
Man, you better
Wrestling
work
is more
smarter,
than
not
about the
harder.
matches. Yeah, wrestling is more about than about matches. It's about the fans' attention, the fans' reaction, and what they do. And what do they do every time they see this man? Every time they see this man's
Go
name,
nuts.
oh, we
They
up.
go
We saying
nuts.
yeet.
Right.
They going nuts. The one of the probably number one merch seller. I don't know if he's number one right now, but he's at the top three at least.
Yeah, he got to be in the
And
top three.
Love it.
it gotta be. They bring this man merch out every week, new merch out every week. I'm looking on Instagram, new J set. God dang, this boy getting some money. You see this man wearing new chains out here with this money. That's that merch money. So as long as you garner that attention, and the match is gonna be exciting either way, because the crowd gonna get him through the match either way. Every move he hit, yee. Like that's what you want. That's what a
Right. Ain't
part
no
of a
different.
wrestling
Ain't no different than
is.
when they said what every time Austin did something, or
Right.
woo every time when Flair did a chop, or bro.
Yeah.
That's WWE is looking for what's gonna sell and make people watch their show, and that's what that does, man. That's what they does.
Right.
I don't. Oh,
It gets to the point where
I'm
everybody want to
sorry.
sit on a certain side of the arena when they get tickets, because they will hopefully get to be by Jay and be part of the entrance. He's
Right.
more than just an entrance. Like I said, and this show proved promo.
I hope so.
Oh yeah. I was no doubt in my mind about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I always do, because Jay, both Usos are my guys. Oh, and shout out to Jimmy Uso. They saying he had health scares. I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully, salute to Jay. Hope he all right. Rikishi
I think Jay's
was
fine.
tweeting.
Yeah, Jay's fine. Jay's supposed to be coming back real soon because they got a bit. Jay's fine. I don't know what that whole thing was about. Rikishi was in the news.
Yeah, they said he was cleared to come back.
Rikishi was in the news before doing the Bloodline beginning phases because he wanted to be a part of it at one point. I think Rikishi just wants to be in the story. But Jimmy's fine.
No, I'm talking about with Jimmy. Jimmy had health scares.
No, Jimmy's coming back. Jimmy should be back.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, like I said, they been cleared him, but I don't know if it's something else that happened with him.
Story.
And that's what a lot of people are talking about. And I think Jay said something, Rikishi did, and Jimmy's son had put some on Instagram also. And so, like I said, hopefully, prayers up to him, and hopefully he's good. Hopefully be back sooner than later, because he's going, he always, not just because storyline reasons or whatever, but just, because, care about the wrestlers, man,
Right.
Yeah.
And showing support for them, because they ain't the same nuts. We just want to show support for the wrestlers, man, and what they do for us. And so, thank you, Jimmy, for all you do, all you have done. And hopefully, quick recovery from whatever's going on. I don't know. But But also in that promo, back to the Jay and Braun breakup, after that football line, Braun he hit that man in the face. He ain't nothing else to say. He hit that man in the face, about to hit him with that spear.
It turned into the whole fight moment.
Yeah. He's like, nah, all right, we done talking because you shouldn't have went there.
Oh, you think you tough?
For sure, but Jay caught him with the spear, but Braun caught that man, came back at the end of the show when Jay was trying to help Rhea and Damian against the Judgment Day or Street Trash, whatever you want to call them. They got a Street Trash t-shirts now. I don't know what to call them nowadays. But Braun came out of nowhere, leveled Jay.
Oh, I thought that boy was about to go in the first row. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with this question. Do y'all think Jay should focus more on Braun and leave Rhea and all that stuff alone, or
no, he's in too deep.
Can he manage both?
He's in too deep. It doesn't matter at this point. He's in too deep. He can't turn away because he got involved. He's in Judgment Day business, and he got the Braun thing. It's too late. He can take his eyes off the Judgment Day stuff, but Judgment Day I'm going to contradict myself again. Judgment Day is probably going to cost Jey Uso the Intercontinental title. Damn, he's going to lose now. Shit. Oh, Spartan. I just realized that.
I was gonna say it earlier. But you there you go.
Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. He's in too deep. So ain't no turning back.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, him being in that, it still don't really make sense, but it don't, because even with him, they still outnumbered. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So what? I'm looking for the logic.
Yeah. But you swing a chair around, everybody start running. You know how I go in wrestling.
Yeah, man,
yes, sir. I done been hit with enough of those to know to get out the way, sir. I'm okay.
That's a dangerous weapon.
But we're gonna go, like I said, Jay was in the tag team. We're going to tag teams with the Judgment Day. But we gotta go about. I want to talk about one of our favorite tag teams that've been here for the past 10 years, and this might be the end for them. The New Day. We had New Day facing. We talking about Judgment Day. They had a chance to win the tag team titles once again, but it was too much chaos. You had LWO coming out there, trying to help them out. You had Judgment Day. The rest of Judgment Day came out there to help. There was a lot going on. Kofi jumping out and leaving Xavier Woods by himself in the ring. He couldn't carry it all. And so had Xavier Woods questioning Kofi like, why aren't you telling me nothing? And they continuing this from, the storyline with what's his name?
Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey Jones. Yeah, Odyssey Jones not there, so they got to continue it somehow. And they found a way to do it. So here we go. But I was thinking like Xavier Woods kept saying, "Not again." I'm tired of this. So I guess Kofi leaving them behind or leaving them to get pinned or whatever. And then, but I didn't get that part because I haven't seen that much. But I do agree with Xavier about you not telling me what's going on by LWO coming out here and interfering in the match or trying to help us or whatever what you had planned for them to do. Why wouldn't you tell me about that? Just like you didn't tell Xavier much about what him and Odyssey Jones were doing. So that part I get. Right. So I'm going to you first, BJ. What do you think about New Day? Maybe some people say finally breaking up.
I don't know. I'm not go that route yet. I do see the plans of, course, just being the seeds being planted for it, where it makes sense that it's going to happen. In the end of it, I of course see this as a story of a Big E returning. Maybe not as a wrestler, but that's what they're missing. That's the key essence. Because even Kofi was like, "We ain't been the same since without E." And Xavier took a little offense to that. Like, what are you trying to say? Well, I'm not good enough to replace him. We ain't good enough as a team. But he makes us as a whole or something. Xavier took some real offense to it, and it's fair. I can understand his plight. Xavier also still hasn't had a singles run. I'm talking about someone else whose major success has only been in tag team. I don't know. There's a lot of elements. Do I see them breaking up? Short answer is no, I don't. I do see them having a spat and then coming back together as a unit, but not a full-on breakup.
Okay. Jacoby, what you think about it?
Yeah, that's what I really wanted to touch on, the line about Big E. We haven't been the same since E's gone, and causing Xavier Woods to further question himself. Oh, you don't think I'm good enough? I'm not this, I'm not that, because he hasn't had a real singles run. He had a brief run as King of the Ring, but that went nowhere. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't. And I was happy that he got it, but it wasn't no prestige behind it when he won it. There was no title shot if you won the tournament like it was for this most recent one. You see what I'm saying? So you can the tournament that tournament is as important as they make it. This year obviously was super important. When he won it, it was like they just brought it back to give him something. Like, if you ask me. And so but if I'm kind of in the middle on this, I don't want them to break up because I feel like BJ was saying, this be a good way to get E back in here, because E been saying shit, but stuff. But you could never be their wrestlers. They're gonna sell whatever they need to sell to make you think whatever. He could be cleared for all we know. He could be on his way back for all we know. You know what I'm saying? But if they do break up, if you notice, and New Day's been doing subtle little stuff to show you that they not on the same page. The biggest clue is the ring gear. You know they normally match each other. They normally match each other, even if it's not the same color. It's the same style or the same cosplay. There's a similarity there. There's nothing. And if you notice, Woods has been in all black a lot lately. What does all black represent? Death. Like, it's the death of the group. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I like it. I like it being in the middle. It seemed like it's going towards a breakup, but they could be swerving us. And as a wrestler myself, I don't like to know. Please surprise me. You know what I'm saying? To me, to me, this is good because I can only speculate. I don't mind speculating, but do I want them to break up? No, because I think this is one of the longest tenured groups in pro wrestling history, not just WWE, but period. The NWO lasted a couple years. The Horsemen lasted a couple years, but it switched people from time to time. The New Day has always been the New Day, those three. And for that's an accomplishment in itself. You see what I'm saying? Like, all these other groups had different people jump in and jump out. Like, the only group that's comparable to the New Day is the Shield. And they didn't even last half as long as the New Day. So no, I don't. It can go either way, man. I'm good either way it go. I'm just interested to see where it's going, and that's what I like right now.
This is intriguing.
And the New Day, they really pride themselves on being that the longest tenured group ever. Because Kofi had put on, I don't know, both of them probably did, put a video on. They did a whole music video on Instagram talking about how every team broke up but them. They did they did a whole thing like that. So they pride themselves on that. So yeah, it could go either way. I don't, like I said, just disagreements. We can work it out. And that's what the power of positivity is supposed to do.
There it is. Yeah.
That's what it's made for. That's why they've been together so long. It might come through right now in this situation. And you talking about what he had with the gear? That's another thing they pride themselves on. That gear. Them ideas. When I listen to their podcast.
I know the dude that made that gear. He made some of my stuff. So, like,
Oh, word. Okay,
I
yeah. I follow him on Instagram too.
yeah,
I follow him too. But they that's a joy for them to get together just to talk about their gear and what we're gonna do this time, what we're gonna base this off of, what colors we're using. And Xavier
right,
Woods, for him, it was like that's how he stood out because he said, "Oh, I'm not tall like everybody else, this and that and that." And so he had to do something. He wanted everybody when he got an action figure, even if they don't like wrestling, they'll like his gear.
right. And
And
the
so
Iron
that
Sheik
make kids
boots.
want to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but I want to ask y'all if they let's hypothetically if they do break up, where do you see each of them going afterwards? I'm going to you first. I'm going to you first, Jacoby.
Yeah, because I have no idea.
First of all, different shows.
Oh,
They won't.
yeah. That'd be a good.
Different shows because they'll feud with each other for a little while. Then there's a split. I want them to give Xavier Woods the world, man. Give it to him. The other two have had it. I would like for them to get back to that level because as soon as Kofi lost the title, he was back to mid card tag team. And I'm
Man,
like, but that we know that was VKM on that one. But
oh, yeah.
I'm enjoying the new direction, but we ain't getting booked too tough. I'ma just call it like it is. And so we'll see what the new direction of this company is going. But I will hope Xavier Woods at least gets United States Intercontinental reign out of this.
Yeah. Well, with that, you saying that's another thing Xavier really wanted. He wanted King of the Ring, and he wanted that U.S. Championship. Of course, he'll take World Championship, of course,
Right.
but those are two things he mostly touted about. He wanted his whole life. So yeah, I'm good with. I agree with you on that one. BJ, what you think? What you think they got after if they break up
No idea.
for each of them?
I have no idea. That's why I don't know if they're gonna break up. I don't know. I can't see the New Day being anything except at least a functional unit to some degree. I would love to see Xavier. No, you know what? I want to go back to what Jacoby said about Kofi Kingston. I hated that he lost the world title and then immediately went back to the group and was like, "Oh, well, back to pancakes." No, he should have been like, "That was a robbed opportunity." That infuriated me how he just completely negated it and like it didn't happen. Kofi Mania feels like a fever dream because of how long ago it was. I wasn't even sure if it even happened at some point. So I think that I would love for Kofi to go on another solid singles run. I would love for Xavier Woods to go for a singles run, and I guess a separate show would make sense. If they go separate, I want Xavier Woods to SmackDown, and I want Kofi to stay on Raw.
Hey, a real quick run before we go to the next thing. BJ, I want to blow your mind for a second. You was talking about how quick Kofi Mania was, but how long ago was Kofi Mania?
Oh, dude,
Trick Williams was at my house watching that WrestleMania. That's how long ago it was.
Wow.
Yeah, they.
Yeah.
Dude,
So did you hear me, BJ?
Oh.
Huh?
It's like it didn't even happen.
Did you hear me? Is he okay? BJ, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, did you hear what I said? How long ago it was?
No.
I said Kofi Mania. This how long ago Kofi Mania was. I said Trick Williams was at my house watching that WrestleMania.
Oh, there you go, Trick Williams. But how long ago was that though?
That's 2019.
2019, bro.
I didn't know when Trick Williams came to WWE, but hey, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he wasn't signed yet. He had just started training with me when we was watching that. He wasn't even signed yet. So, but I told him that night. Yeah, I told Trick that night though. I was like, you won't be watching no more WrestleManias at my house. And he thought I was mad at him. I said, he's like, "Damn, what did I do, bro?" I said, "Nah, man, because by the time it's time for the next one, you'll be signed." And he got signed maybe a year later. So that's how long Kofi Mania was, bro.
2019.
Yeah, hopefully we get Trick Williams. Hey, Trick Williams, come on in. She'll come on the Champions Corner. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I'll see. Hey, I'll see if I can get him.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Oh, for sure.
Hopefully he'll be world
Yeah.
champ again after October the 1st. But we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah. We're gonna get
well,
NXT just
yeah.
a second though. We'll get NXT just a second. But I want
Okay.
to talk about something breaking up. Talk about who they couldn't barely break up was Braun
Mm,
Strowman and Bronson Reed.
love that.
Like, I'm going to Wade Barrett said that was the craziest 60 seconds in wrestling history.
It's a lot that happened.
I loved it. They didn't because they don't need to have a match right now. They just need chaos. I'm loving it. Every moment of it. It was great.
Dude, Braun is
Yeah,
at his
man.
best when he's in that type of match. I think so.
I'm going BJ, bro. What you thought about BJ? Hold on, go to BJ.
Oh yeah, listen, Braun is at his best when he's in those type of matches. Because when Braun was fighting those type of matches with Roman Reigns, that was my favorite feud with him then. Braun is a beast, and Bronson Reed is a beast too. I almost forgot to do his name. I love the story that they're carrying. I love the fact that Braun wasn't just a guy for Bronson to kind of run over. The whole limousine or car thing. I really thought they were going to write Braun off for a while and just have Bronson crush more people. I like that they had this feud going. I definitely want to see more of it. Have a monster, but they don't do Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, that's NXT. You got to go back to NXT for that one.
They have a monster match.
Right. What you thought about it?
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, fantastic. Like, when people get to throwing hands, you know what? I start screaming, fisticuffs, fisticuffs, fisticuffs. And it and you know me, man, I'm gonna always be partial to the big boys going at it. I love when the big guys are entertaining because I prided myself on that when I was in the ring. Just being able to entertain people without having to do
too much,
like the crazy flips and stuff like that. But them boys have been putting in work, and in that short amount of time, Wade by said it just what you said. Wade said it was the best 60 seconds or the most chaotic. Like it was just wild from boom, 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 and even when you thought it was over, wait, there's more.
Right.
They just kept hitting you with it, and then it was over. You know what I'm saying? It was just it was like when you and then it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was fantastic, bro. That was probably my most favorite segment from Raw outside of the Jey Uso promo and the Punk promo.
Oh yeah.
But
Because
action wise, that was the best part though. Action wise.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because when Bronson threw that dude from the crowd, I was like, "Oh Lord, do somebody at you." That's like I don't know. That's like a video game, boy. He just throwing people.
It reminded me of when Mark Henry did it to that guy. He threw him off the screen.
Oh yeah. He went into the darkness. Mark threw that man into the darkness. Yo, I'm telling you,
That
bro.
was good.
Definitely, man. But
so I think they're probably gonna have a blow off at Bad Blood too.
you think it's gonna be a Bad Blood? To me, I think that's gonna be on
it's
Raw.
not. It's all because they all these premium live events only gonna be 5 or 6 matches, and I think they got that many already. So never mind.
Yeah. That's a Raw main event, or I'll get at a Raw main event.
Well,
I wouldn't be mad if it was that Bad Blood, but
right.
Nah,
Well, if it's gonna be a Raw main event, that means they got to break the ring at the end of the show.
Oh yeah, because they already broke the turnbuckle.
Yeah. No, you got to break the whole
that's what it could be. Yeah, you're right about that. But let's head on over to NXT, and we were talking about Trick. And he got that match coming up with Ethan Page, man. I'm ready for Trick to get that title back. I mean, Ethan Page doing a good job.
Well,
but I'm ready for Trick to do his job. Whoop that Trick, do it. But we got a twist on it now.
Yeah,
because Punk is a special guest referee. Yeah, Punk is that referee now. So, oh man, Jacoby, what you think about that, man? What you think about this match? How this match gonna play out?
Well, I said it when I was on the last show. We was talking about him going back after the title, and they was gonna be setting up stuff for Halloween Havoc. But I remember telling Lonnie, I said, "Nah, they setting up stuff for this network premiere on the CW."
Mm-hmm.
I said, and look where we are now. I like it. Ethan Page was a perfect foil for Trick. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you looked at the landscape of NXT when Trick was the champion, there was nobody that had everything. Like not enough to like Pete Dunne got the skills, but who has the charisma and all that to go up against Trick? You see what I'm saying? At his height, and
Yeah.
bringing Ethan in there, and then him unexpectedly because I don't think anybody had him pick to win the title in that Fatal 4-Way. Him winning it was one
No.
thing. How he won it was another. And what it does is
Yeah.
it creates apparel for Trick. It gives him something to do. Because when you're the champion, you're just the champion. You waiting for the next challenger. Nah, the first lesson I learned in wrestling, one of the first ones, is that the money is always in the chase. Send Trick after the evil champion. That way, when he does get the title, it means that much more. So it made perfect sense on why they put the title on Ethan. But real cool dude in real life, but he got that character down pat. I met him in, I think that was 2018 in Chicago. We was
Mm-hmm.
on the same show. He was the same character that he is now. He was that character then. So I don't know how long he was all ego Ethan Page before then. But I know from there to now, he's had nothing but time to maturate that character, and he's got it down pat, and it's easy. And him and Trick are perfect rivals. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got the guy that's for the people, charismatic, loves the people, and you got the other guy. He don't give a damn about the people. Give me my title, give me my money, and I'm better than you. See you guys later. So,
Right. NX
you
meet.
know what I'm saying? NX me, exactly. So when they was talking about, nah, they're gonna, probably fight at Halloween Havoc, I said, nah, that's a CW network premiere. Put the title on your biggest baby face on your biggest night premiere with one of the biggest stars in the company as a special. Like they really stacking the deck because they're not doing performance center shows no more. They're gonna always be on the road. So I'm interested in seeing how all this turns out with them being on the road every week now.
Oh yeah.
But
Hey,
Trick is gonna
but
win
do
the
you
title
think?
back.
Okay. BJ, what you think about it?
I don't know.
What do you think about the Punk part of it? Punk being a referee. How do you think he'll do?
Oh well, he's gonna call it though. He has no horse in the race. He has no reason to be unbiased to anyone. He's gonna do what he's supposed to do. But because he's a special guest referee, I don't know if it's gonna be so simple a Trick winning the match. I think that in itself is gonna be a problem, and Ethan's gonna walk away with it somehow. Um, Yeah, that's really about the long and short of it. I'm curious to see how NXT is going to be after they go to the CW, since it's going to be on a more network-based television program. See how they approach their storytelling, especially. But as far as this match goes, I think Punk is going to do the best he can to officiate this match. But Punk being Punk is going to cause something where he's going to miss something, a foot under the rope, or disqualification that should have been, and Ethan Page is going to walk away with championship. Because you also have Julia fighting for the world title as well, and I don't see multiple
Mm-hmm.
title changes happening on the same show. That's not to say one won't happen,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
but that's I don't know. 'Cause I'm not even sure Julia's going to get the belt. Because I would hate for her to just walk in and be like, "Hey, I'm the champ." But you never know. Could happen.
It's time
I don't
for
know.
Shane to move on.
I don't know.
They're gonna do multiple title changes because they're going to the CW. This is a new era, new network. It's almost like they're about to hit a restart. And you know what? That show is when on October. Is it
Yeah, I
October
believe so.
1st? And when is Bad Blood? The 5th of October. Yeah, on my son's birthday. Bad Blood's on the 5th. Do y'all think Drew McIntyre is gonna bother CM Punk while he refereeing this match?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hold on, wait, hold on. I gotta see when that is. Hold on.
You know what?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hold on, dang, when Black Blood is?
Bad Blood is October the 5th.
Bad Blood is on the 5th. That's on Chris' birthday. I know when that is. That's on the 5th.
Yeah, so the first NXT is supposed to be October the 1st. So NXT will happen before Bad Blood.
Oh yeah,
It
you
could
right
do
there. Well,
that.
there you go.
It could do that.
So he might get knocked out or taken out, and gonna be another referee put in this match
Oh, it could
because
be
of
that.
Drew.
It could be that.
It got to be because you're trying to get eyes on this product, eyes on it with the CW network, especially being in on the road, like I said in Chicago. So you bring in your big star city shows when you're on the road with NXT now. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's almost a given now. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Drew has to interfere in
See,
some way.
right. See, that's why you have Jacoby.
I don't know about
Hey, you
has
got to
to.
go. You got to
He
go.
might.
Hey,
I
bro,
don't know if he
you
has
got to
to.
go into the mind of the wrestler.
I don't know because he could
Yeah,
really interfere. He could still be
and the
a
Booker.
thing. It could still be a thing where the match goes as scheduled, and then at the end of it, Drew could just come out and attack Punk. I don't know if Drew has to interfere in the match, but it could but it could happen. Because I
I'm
don't know
just
if Drew
saying.
wants to really be that involved in NXT storylines where he'll mess that up for everyone. I think he has enough respect for other wrestlers where he just wants the guy he wants. So he'll wait for that guy to become available and vulnerable. Boom! That's when you strike.
But you also just want chaos in the situation. It's gonna be just chaos. Go ahead, Jacoby.
I might have missed this on y'all previous show, but where is Wade Barrett tying all this? Is he about to come back?
That's a good question
Yeah,
because Drew did say that people who stand in his way are an enemy. He talked to Drew. He talked to Wade Barrett about it. Wade was never retired. Wade has no real injury that I know that prevents him from wrestling. Yeah, Wade Barrett could very well be involved in this. This could be the story that takes Drew
And
away
then
from him.
right, and then on top of that, what I was thinking, BJ, what you said was right. He might not even attack him during the match, but afterwards, he could be raising a Trick hand, but should he attack both of them? He attacked Trick and Punk. You see what I'm saying? Just because Trick's there with him. You see what I'm saying? Like it's the wrong place at the wrong time type deal. And
yeah,
and eventually when Trick move up, that can give him something to do. Like it's so many different ways you can go. This is the beauty of this art form. Those are
right.
just hypotheticals that I thought about. I didn't mean to hold up the show.
Oh no, we need that
Good thought.
because all that can happen.
Yeah.
Never thought about that.
But you was talking about also with Julia and Roxanne. Punk had something to do with that on NXT because Roxanne came out there and talking. They were talking to mess with. I think that was a real moment of where Roxanne was
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, I used to look up to you," and she was like, a fan. But she had to be a heel and turn it back to her heel persona and saying, "Oh, I'm a fan of AJ, and I would rather have AJ." But that's probably real too. But it's cool when wrestlers have real moments in the ring, especially when they fans of somebody else that they working with.
Especially.
Right.
But and then Julia came out, talking to her a little bit of jump and whatnot. But and like you're right,
Oh, decent.
yeah, you're right, because it might be a new star. Like I said, it might be just new wrestler, the new champion with both titles. I was saying before it might just be one, at least one new champion, but it might be starting to get two new champions, and now I wouldn't be mad at either one.
Yeah.
Right.
It could do that. I don't like it, but it could.
And we talking about these road shows. They going on the road. Another match has been made in another city, not a Chicago show, but in the St. Louis show, where Randy Orton has challenged Javon Evans. So
I know the
I already
finish.
see where
I
it's
know the
going.
finish.
I already see the ending in this match, but I'm still excited to see this match because it gives Javon Evans, it shows the respect and what I'm gonna say, the support Javon Evans has backstage, and
Yeah,
they
this
see
is a real up next
potentially.
moment. Right.
Yeah.
But with him being a high flyer, I see the RKO coming out of nowhere. Whatever jump he makes, he getting caught. That's what I see.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you what jump it is because I already know it.
Move
Or
on.
hopefully they go a different direction. But he do like that triple jump cutter in the turnbuckle. He
Oh,
goes to the corner, boom, boom, and then jump it. Nah, bro, don't do that move. But that's his finish. That's Javon Evans' finish.
it is.
And and he gonna get caught right out of that. For them to put him in the ring with the legend like that, first of all, they let you know you up next. You know what I'm saying? You up
Yeah, that's
next. So
high praise.
right, yo. So because I be telling people, I used to have to tell my family and all that when I first started wrestling, and I would lose some big time matches. I said, I know I lost the match, but I really won. And they was like, but you lost. I said, I know that's what it looks like. but
Yeah,
but I'm just getting started here. So for them to put me in the ring with their top dude, and it wasn't no squash match. We had a competitive match. I got a couple falsies. Like they showing me love. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't always be worried about the end result. I just told my sons the other day, I said I didn't become the heavyweight champion in my first match. It took time to get there. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's so young, bro. He's so
yeah.
young.
It was
Like,
like 2021.
yeah, CM Punk said I got t-shirts older than him, and guess what? I do too. Like, bro, I like he's so young. He's got his whole career ahead of him. And nowadays they got people there to try to help keep your nose clean. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for him, man. And it's gonna be a stellar match because hey man, young bull can go, bro. I personally would love to work with him. That's one of the main reasons after I get this kidney transplant, I'm trying to get down there so I can work with him as well. But I've always had good matches with the high flyers. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, and for the audience who hasn't seen his finish, please go check it out. Because it seemed like when he jumps in the air for that last twirl, it seemed like he pauses and then drops. Pauses, spins, and then drops. It's crazy, man. But I'm happy for him. But BJ, what you think about it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll jump. Randy Orton, he's definitely a legend you want to have to compete against if you want to try to make a name for yourself. Out of Javon Evans matches, I only seen the world title match he was in. I'm familiar with his work, and of course, I know Randy Orton. Ian, for a young age, he's 20 years old, and it does show that there is a bright future for him later down the line. I just want to see that future.
Yeah. And like Jacob was saying, keep your head on straight. Don't let this fame get to you. Keep working, man. Because like I said, you already about to fight Randy Orton, and he's a legend himself. And I mean, Javon called himself a future legend, a young legend. And he said, "I ain't gonna get killed by the legend killer." So
That's a good line.
yeah. So, but we also might. I'm gonna go to another. Might be a future legend, Obafemi.
I like Obafemi.
Somebody else make it move.
I like him. I like him a lot.
And this is about Tony D'Angelo. I think he just came out and said it. I'm scared. It was like a Rocky. It's like a line from Rocky. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared, bro.
It was when he fought Clubber Lang. Yeah, But D'Angelo is the truth, man. Yeah, D'Angelo is the truth. I like him.
Yeah, I still don't want to see Tony beat Oba, but I feel like that's what they kind of building this up to be because he's already lost. Yeah. His team is losing. His hitman is losing. So what kind of confidence does he have? And I feel like they're gonna try to build his confidence up, and he gonna be the one to beat Oba, and hopefully Oba go to the main championship. But I don't know. I just don't want to see Oba lose to him. I don't know. I don't really want to see Oba lose to anybody because he's one of my favorites in it.
Yeah. Did you see what he said? Did you see what he said though? When Oba said when D'Angelo rolled out the ring and Oba said, "Oh, he's broken." He's broken? What? Jesus, you broke him?
That's the story right there. That's the story. I feel like they're gonna try to build him back up.
Yeah. He said Tony D'Angelo rolled out the ring and they showed the shot of Oba watching the match. Oba smiled and said, "He's broken." I said, "Oh," and then he walked out right after that. So and then they had the whole segment where he said he was scared and all that. So yeah, Ron, that could be where they're going, man. But I don't. But the match, first of all, let's talk about the match they had with each other. I really enjoyed it. I don't see who else they could put in there with Oba that can believably beat him.
Didn't they throw
One on
Hammerstone into
one.
it recently?
Yeah, he was Hammerstone was the hitman.
Hammerstone's the hitman, yeah.
All right. I mean, he's not even in NXT though. I mean,
Hammerstone
No,
didn't
he
want that
did.
work again either.
Yeah,
yeah,
Hammerstone was TNA.
yeah, I know.
But it seemed like just a rocky story. Because dude said, I broke him. They're like Rocky. Like
I
in
must
Rocky. So, I
correct you.
mean, I feel like they built Tony D'Angelo finally get his championship. And I think they're going to move Oba up to the NXT title or I don't know if he's ready for the main roster. He could be ready for the main roster. I ain't going to lie to you because a lot of people talking about him, they watching him, like Drew McIntyre. They say they watching Oba. So he could be on his way up there, but I really want him to get that NXT title before he goes. And then, like I said, him and Trick could be that match, and then both of them can move up eventually after that.
Well, I think they're going to let Oba break the longest reign record because he's close to it, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah, he's what do we say? He was like a couple of days away from it because it was Wes Lee's the longest reigning champion so far.
Yeah, he about to pass Wes Lee.
Yeah.
Break that and then give it to Tony, and then go for the NXT championship.
Yeah.
That's how I see it playing out.
Or just give him the Keith Lee run. Just have him win both and just run and then just eventually take the titles away from him.
We talked about that before.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. But the way they built this Tony up, they doing a Rocky story. They gonna play on it just like they did with Sammy at WrestleMania against Gunther. They did a Rocky type thing, and so they might do it again down here in NXT with Tony D'Angelo. They gonna finally give him his championship.
Wait a minute,
No, he had tag team though. He had tag team championship. Never mind. But I'm sure that story's still playing out.
Hey, is Tony D'Angelo fought for the North American title yet?
Yeah. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat him already. Then he started beating his stats and
backwards. That's right. They did it at the pay-per-view, and then they started telling the story the next night on NXT. See, that's right. That's right.
So they built the story up. That's why I think Tony might get it next match. But like I said, hopefully, Oba breaks the record first. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, it's gonna take Tony a while to even to. It's gonna take Tony a while to even build up the confidence to get back to there. That's gonna take a while. That won't be that will at the minimum. That's Halloween Havoc stuff. So we're gonna go past this network premiere and all that, and then be going into Halloween Havoc. But it's gonna take them a little while. He's down all the way now. You have to build him all the way back up, and you can't build him up in 2 weeks. That's gonna take a little bit of time. Unless Oba just keeps messing with him. You see what I'm saying? He eggs him on because in Oba's mind, he's broken. He's no threat to me, and he'll probably keep taunting him. Now, if you taunt the right person, you bring out something in them. You see what I'm saying? So this is where all that stuff can go. But I think eventually D'Angelo is gonna get it. I mean, he's had the tag team titles. He's been a Heritage Cup champion. So in his character progression, this is logically the next step.
Yeah. Okay.
But
we talking about a North American record. We're talking about who holds it at this moment, Wes Lee. This man done attacked Trey Miguel in the parking lot. That NXT parking lot just dangerous, man. I like people keep going there like you gotta watch your back. You gotta go in groups. You need to walk in groups in NXT parking lot. Because Lord, here we go again. Wes Lee done attacked this man in his car. It's supposed to be his best friend for this long time.
No, I think
that's why they couldn't go for the tag team title.
If that was an NXT parking lot, they tried to sell it like it was in Ohio. Because if you listen, just go back. Because if you listen to the promo that Wes Lee cut from his phone, he said he came home, had to see some friends, and he had to do what he had to do to old buddy. It's almost like he did it up there. He didn't do it. If you just listen to it and tell me what you think when you hear it. But that, to me, he was making it sound like they was in Ohio when he did it. But I get it. But you're right. But regardless, that NXT parking lot is dangerous.
Dangerous.
Then that might as well be a project.
Yeah, don't do that. But that's why the Rascals couldn't go for the AFC tag team titles. I was wondering what happened, but they followed it up. Here we go. So Wesley and old boy got to go again. You know, like so Wesley,
Street fight.
yeah, it got to be.
Wesley
Because,
will get this one. I get why I know why he lost that first one, because if I was TNA, I wouldn't keep sending my guys there to lose every week either. So you had to give, and then he has a title in TNA, so they had to give him that dub, and plus the interference made it very feasible on why it happened. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, you're
So
right.
I get it, because before I even thought about all those contributing factors, I was like, well, there's no way they're gonna let a TNA guy win. But when Wentz won, I said, okay, Joe Hendry's losing, because two TNA guys aren't winning on this show.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's no different than when the girls won the titles in Scotland. I knew Drew McIntyre was losing, because I said, oh, they got to make them feel good now, because they're gonna be mad later. Like, again, BJ, I was telling you before we even went on, I think about and look at stuff from a whole different spectrum. So, yeah, Wesley's going to get this done. He's going to take that dub, because there won't be no interference this time. At least that's how they're selling it, that there won't be no interference because of the parking lot attack.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'll leave it as just from that right there. I got nothing.
Okay. Well, we're going to move on to Dynamite, man.
Awesome.
This Dynamite wasn't too packed, but I got to ask this question. Is there a type of... I'm trying to figure out what's going on in AEW. Is there like a revolution going on? I know Moxley has and him and the Combat Club, Black Blue Combat Club, got something going on that they leading up to, and they're trying to get his title for. But is it also bringing up of the originals who were in AEW from the beginning? I say that because they got thing called Private Party, Dark Order. They hyping them up. Darby Allin, I feel like he might be leading this group of come ups, but it's some of AEW original stand together right now. I feel like it's coming along, and then Moxley and his crew are trying to just take over the company as their own now and making it anew. But Moxley made some true statements, especially with the Private Party. Like, y'all been the same since the beginning. Y'all in the same spot.
Hold on.
Y'all haven't moved in 5 years.
Hold on. Let's just pause.
What you think, BJ?
Hold on all that for a second. That statement can be said about almost everyone in AEW. Look at Hook. You can talk about. I mean, honestly, I don't like that statement from Jon Moxley, because you've been in the same place. What are we talking about right now? Private Party's barely been on television. They hardly get any TV time. How are you going to progress and grow if you don't get time to shine? Look at the Acclaim. A year ago, the Acclaim, maybe 2 years ago, the Acclaim was like on top of the world. And then it got stuck in the trios title because of Billy Gunn. I don't want to get stuck in that whole topic. Now, all of a sudden, they were opening of a pay-per-view as opposed to being in the pay-per-view. Sometimes you just got to look at who holds the pen and say, what are we doing? I don't like that statement from Jon Moxley. I really don't. Because it just seemed out of line. And I get it. It's supposed to be breaking some fourth wall and all this. And I'm curious to see where it goes. But I don't like that statement to Private Party, because they don't even get enough time to shine to talk about they haven't been anywhere different in 5 years. Of course they haven't. They've been in catering for the last 5 years. Off and on Rampage for the last 5 years. And then when they did get some moments to shine, they're usually just kind of fodder for the other tag teams they're trying to build up. I mean, what do I know?
Well, hold on. Before you go, Jacoby, let me put a line in there. Well, also Jon Moxley saying this is not your company anymore, and so he's just tired. Maybe he's just tired of stuff like that, and he's trying to take over the company from Tony Khan.
He said that to Tony Schiavone. When he approached the Young Bucks, he didn't say nothing to them. And remember, and I'm confused by that, because the Young Bucks were the EVPs. Remember the whole evil EVP storyline? They had that story, and then after Blood and Guts, that story was just thrown out the window. Blood and Guts was used as a vehicle to just drive the Darby Allin Jack Perry match and the Swerve and Hangman match. But in the end of it, the EVPs, as soon as Tony Khan came back from the injury they put him in, they just kind of went back into the fold of being relegated to the tag team. I just sometimes it can be a little incohesive with their story.
Okay, Jacoby, what you think?
Okay, let me. I see what you're saying, but I'm gonna have to strongly disagree with what you were saying. Again, it's about perspective and really looking at what's going on. Let's start with the John Moxley statement. I don't think he was necessarily talking about the characters being the same. I think he meant you're in the same place on the card as you were 5 years ago.
They don't get matches.
Not your character development. Huh?
They don't get matches. They can't win. You can't climb up the tag team
so
if you don't get matches.
Let me tackle that next. It's hard to have tag team matches when one of those people are hurt for at least a year minimum. Mark Quinn was hurt, which is why they had Zay with the Hardys and this person and that person. So Zay was on TV quite a bit. Now, I might have been on the B show or the C show, but he was on. And the key to wrestling is maximizing your minutes no matter where you at. So I get what he was saying about just being in the same spot. Not necessarily where. Only thing that's really changed about Private Party is their theme music. I hated their first one. I like this one. But there's that. I think if you listen to Darby Allin, as far as his story is going, he said there's a war coming. So it's almost like everybody got to pick sides right now. I think this might be the intro to Shane McMahon coming in to lead the group that Moxley's running with. Just my personal thought.
Same thing.
Yeah. And so that, there's something big is gonna happen off that. As far as the Young Bucks, the evil EVPs, that works for them. That's true character development because, quite frankly, that's what people were accusing them of being anyway before they were actually playing the characters. They just leaned into the characters everybody perceived them to be anyway. Like, because the IWT, I love wrestling fans, but Jesus. Of course, you're gonna have a problem when your favorite person's not winning or booked right. If you've ever been in the wrestling industry, you're gonna get mismanaged and misbooked. That happens. It happened to me a bunch, especially in the beginning of my career. But I think they're doing fine with the evil EVP thing, and it's good that they took a step back after the Blood and Guts match because they were so involved in everything. They were outshining other people that were working. So they are the world tag team champions. We don't need to be in the forefront of everything. Like, we have plenty of people on this roster to do what we need to do. As far as the statement about Orange Cassidy and his character development, he's actually had a lot. But the story of him is you have to push it. You listen to what I'm saying. You have to bring the emotion out of him. He just doesn't start there. When you're dealing with a woman, you don't start at the end. You build up to the end.
Yeah.
So this is the same thing with him. With him, you build up. You got to build up, and then when it means something, he shows emotion, rage, anger. Like he shows that when it means something. Other than that, it's no need for him to do it. So that to me, that's range. That's range and character. It's all wrapped up in the one. This is what I was talking about earlier. You have to look at the whole spectrum, not just bits and pieces. Because how you gonna get a whole meal? How you gonna get the whole meal if you only worried about bits and pieces? I want everything, not just little bits and pieces. So you have to look at all that stuff, and they are inconsistent with some stuff. I agree. I believe AEW's weekly television show is very hit or miss. Their pay-per-views are never missed. They hit on those pay-per-views. Like, the action is just spot on. But sometimes the weekly show is hit or miss. But it's just, again, sometimes you do have to deal with the inconsistencies of wrestling. But I tell people all the time that complain about what AEW does. I said, do you just want it to go back to being WWE for another 15 years like it was?
But I will
Then
say this.
chill and enjoy the show.
I'm looking at the whole package. I follow Orange Cassidy for a while now. I like Orange Cassidy, don't get me wrong. What I mean by the lack of character development in him is he had the story with the best friends, and this is recent. Because even before that, I love his whole international title run. I love the concept of him in the backpack. I a year ago thought he was the best character in wrestling. But they had this whole story. That's why he wears a black t-shirt, because he lost his best friends. Then he got with a conglomeration. Now he's stuck in the Jericho feud. That's what I mean by development. It's like you go somewhere, they stop, and then stagnate. And that's kind of, I would go to Hook. Hook is the best example I'll give you. Because Hook came in, he was Taz's son, he was this badass, cold-hearted, handsome devil. How much of that has changed since then? Worst part about it is he's stuck in the vortex of the FTW title. You could have figured after the Jericho feud, you can take him and move him to the TNT championship and have him go against Jack Perry. You could have built onto Hook, because Hook already has a pretty good image. Hook on this past Wednesday, mind you, he had the whole feud with Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho had an opening match against Orange Cassidy because they're rehashing a feud with the $7,000 jacket. In that same episode of Dynamite, Hook had a squash match with Joey Inc. And Hook is right back to where he started. Granted, he's got a program with Roderick Strong. Don't even want to get started with the Kingdom because that also blew up in everyone's face. And I get injuries happen, but they still could have pivoted a little bit to keep Adam Cole present. I don't know, whatever. But that in itself. So, well, again, I do like AEW. AEW has the best wrestling. Pound for pound, when it comes to wrestling content on TV, AEW is going to win out. But when it comes to the story, which is also a part of wrestling, this is where they fail. And it's because they either can't pivot or they just book for the week to week. Tony Khan said he was going to do that. That's what he's going to make
listen. All right, check this out. Why, listen. All right, so I'm going to, because you stopped on the Orange Cassidy point and went right in the hook, but I'm going to, listen, the whole Orange Cassidy thing. Hold on, big dog. I got you. Orange Cassidy, again, for you to have a story, the people have to be there. With both, I know he lost his best friends, but both of those guys are really hurt right now. So what story are you going to have when you can't really have no physicality? When that whole feud was based on physicality.
I'm not going to continue that story. I'm not saying that at all. No. You don't have to continue that story. No. You can move on from it.
Then, so
for Jericho. Just get out of the Jericho vortex.
Why? Okay, so, well, a lot of people are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are in the company. And then as far as the Hook thing, he's still learning. I don't want to move him out that bubble until I feel like he can excel in other places. So let him be where he's at and continue to learn with all these veterans that they're putting him in there with. He's gonna squash the guys that's on his level, but when he gets on with these veterans, he's still learning. He's still growing. He's still very young. That's what I'm saying. People want everybody to have everything right then.
No.
Doesn't work like that in wrestling. Hold up. Let me finish. Usually when it does, let me finish, BJ.
Brother, give me one at a time.
Answer that question. Did he have a good program with Samoa Joe in the world title picture, which he lost that match? Then what happened with Hook? He teamed up with Samoa Joe and Sabat.
He did.
That was good storytelling. That was really good. And then he got stuck in the Jericho.
Okay.
And that's where he got lost. I'm not saying Hook needs to be in the world title picture.
Again.
Because you said people want things to happen overnight. I'm not saying anything needs to happen overnight. I'm a slow burner.
I wasn't saying you. I'm just saying it genuinely.
I just want to see Hook grow out of where he is. I'm not saying he's ready to take on the biggest, but dude, he can fight Jack Perry.
Exactly. Okay. So if he's ready, you want to see him further the way. You just proved my point. You want to see him further the way he is, but that stuff takes time. It just doesn't happen like that. That's exactly what I just said.
It's an extra step.
This is why they're putting him in. Let me finish, bro. This is why they're putting him in the ring with these veterans, and I mean veterans. These guys have been around the block more than a time or two. So keep putting them in there, letting them learn, letting them know, because somewhere down the line, he's going to be running that damn company. Let's just call it what it is. because they're putting him in position for that. You know what I'm saying? The thing with him losing to Samoa Joe, I just talked about it. Sometimes when you lose, you win. His stock went up some more.
Yeah,
He can
exactly.
hang with Joe. That's
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
Okay, so can you hang? But can you hang with this? Can you hang with this vet? Can you hang with this vet? Like, bro, let him continue to keep working his way up, improving himself. Because if he gets there too fast, people are gonna burn out on him. Let
Well,
the grind be gradual.
hold on.
Let me finish. Let the grind be gradual. Let it build up. And then when he gets there, it's more monumental. But just saying, oh, I'm tired of seeing him do the TNT thing. He's also carrying on, not the TNT, the FTW. He's also carrying on a tradition that was started by his father. So maybe that's what
Okay.
he wants to do right now because that
All
means
right.
something to him. So again, you have to think about stuff from multiple perspectives, not just a straightforward point of view. Ron?
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. I got to come back because
Go ahead.
number one, I want to go Samoa Joe. Yeah, he lost the world title match, but again, what I said was he had a good run with Samoa Joe afterwards because then Samoa Joe took him under his wing, and he was with Shabbat, and that was a fantastic growing motion because that was a veteran he should have been with. But then they took him out of that and they put him with Chris Jericho because remember they wrote put Samoa Joe off TV because Jericho threw him through a wall with a forklift. And then when he got with the whole Jericho thing, dude, he just went into the vortex. And it's like they stopped. They just stopped. I agree, he does need a mentor. That's what the Samoa Joe angle was, the mentor angle. If not Samoa Joe, they have Taz be his mentor again. And we talk about FTW Prestige. This was a non-sanctioned belt that came up in ECW because Taz never got the world belt. Nowhere else in wrestling is this belt really recognized except in AEW. I'm not going to take the prestige thing because that is the FTW title. Yes, his
I didn't
dad's
say it
belt.
was prestige. I said it was legacy. I said
Legacy.
nothing about prestige.
When you talk about it like in
So,
it's the FTW.
well, but
Listen, legacy
Tony
and
Khan
prestige are
does
two
say that
different
though.
things.
Okay.
Tony Khan puts a lot of prestige
Legacy
on
and
the FTW title.
yeah. So I was strictly speaking of the legacy of the championship,
It's
not
just
the
Taz.
prestige of it.
It's
So
just Taz though. It's just that's all
what
it
you say?
is.
It's not just
Okay.
Taz. It's other people that have held that title.
Okay. Well, either way, Hook can definitely into a TNT title. If nothing else, then put him in Ring of Honor. If he's not ready, then put him where everyone else goes to develop. You can throw him in Ring of Honor for the Pure Championship or for the
They're
TV
not gonna
Championship.
put him. They're not gonna put. They're not gonna put the league, one of their lead commentators' son, in Ring of Honor when they're trying to reestablish Ring of Honor right now, which is why Big Show and Dustin Rhodes are down there trying to retool Ring of Honor and rebuild it. Hook is not going there. He's where he's at and getting prime television time. They're not moving him there.
Yeah,
They're
he
not
can get
putting
by
Taz and
television.
Son there. Like it's not. Come on, bro. Let's be real. Let's be realistic, man. Let's be realistic.
Okay, well,
It's
answer
not.
me, dude, because I feel like some people maybe deserve to be on Dynamite, and they are in Ring of Honor probably.
I think
And
that,
so should they switch places? I mean, he doesn't have to be there permanently. Should he go down there for a little bit? Just like I said, get them reps up.
no,
Because mostly people
no,
in
just go back and
AEW
forth.
need reps.
Hold on.
Huh?
No, just
You
go
sure you
back
gotta
and
let him
forth.
finish?
You know who's the Ring of Honor champion. You don't have to just stay in Ring of Honor. You can just go back and forth. They had the Pure Championship being defended on AEW television for a while. There is no, it's not like NXT where you go there, you're there. No, just rotate. Yeah, it's not fully developmental. The only reason I said Ring of Honor is because this whole idea of Hook may not be ready. And that's fine if he may not be ready. Nick Wayne may not be ready. And they're both getting prominent spots, but I feel like
I
Nick
didn't say he
Wayne
wasn't ready. I
has
just
a
say I
spot.
didn't say he wasn't ready. I didn't say he wasn't
Okay.
ready. I say he's
Okay,
still
if you didn't
learning. So
say
put
that.
him in there
Well,
with people that know.
okay, that's fine if you didn't say that. I apologize. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but what I am saying is if Hook still needs time to develop, then just put him in, or at least have him do a few matches there. I'd say just really all it is just have him be more than just the FTW champion when he has more in him. But in order for that to be shown, just do it. Just put him in tag teams
Why would
or
you?
put him in the conglomerate.
Let me
So
ask you a question.
He could probably go in that group.
Why would you put him? Why would you put him in Ring of Honor with people that's basically on the same level as him? What is he really learning? I understand you
Big
getting the
group though.
reps, but if I'm gonna get, hold on, let me finish.
Yeah.
If the only time I got better in wrestling, getting the reps is cool because you do learn from getting reps. But the real lessons come from people that's been in there, that's done it before, that's been doing it on a high level. I learned the most when I was in the ring with other veterans because they put me on game. I could learn more in a 5-minute match than 15 squash matches that I will have. I promise you, it's not going to do him any justice to go to Ring of Honor when he can get the reps and the knowledge all in the same time on Dynamite. That's the purpose and the point.
Ring of Honor, like they got a bunch of nobodies down there. Garcia was in Ring of Honor during the whole Jericho Appreciation Society. He was a pure champion. Ring of Honor is not just a bunch of jobbers and jabronis. They have main roster.
I didn't say that.
Hold on, let me just finish my point.
I didn't say that.
They have a decent set of people. Look at Sammy Guevara right now. Sammy Guevara is currently tagging with Dustin Rhodes. Sammy Guevara is capable. He's one of the four pillars. He had a phenomenal four-way match against Darby Allin and the other four pillars with MJF and Jack Perry again. All I'm saying is...
That's why I said they're down there retooling it. They're retooling it.
Okay, they're retooling it. But in the middle of retooling it, that don't mean you talk about reps. AEW doesn't do reps. They only have their TV shows. For him to do reps, he's got to do it on the events he gets the opportunities on. You can do the opportunities on Dynamite for his segments and the squash matches, and you can give him the real strenuous matches, your 15, 10-minute matches on Ring of Honor. Just cycle it out.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Let me tell you something. They don't just wrestle when the camera's on, bro. That ring is in there all day, and people in that ring all day. I ain't talking. I'm not. See. No. Just listen to me. Don't listen to me to respond. I'm not even talking about the dark matches. I wouldn't even go in there. I'm talking about wrestlers are in the building all day, and most people are in the ring working all day. That ring is up hours and hours and hours before anybody comes in that building. People get there early just to get in there and work on their craft. This before a crowd comes in. So that's what I'm saying. Live reps are important, but just getting in there and learning stuff, talking with the other veterans. And again, this is stuff I've done. So this is why I know this. You get in there and you talk with these other veterans. They show you stuff while you're in there. Things you never even thought about. Certain ways to take certain things. All that stuff matters. You know what I'm saying? So keep him around the veterans. How do you become a better wrestler? You stay around wrestlers. Anything you want to get better at, you hang out with those people. You learn from those people. So keep him around those people. And then on top of that, you don't know people' personal relationships. Maybe he don't get along with the people they got running Ring of Honor. Or maybe he just don't want to go there. And maybe Taz said he's not going there. It's so many variables that you got to think about. Not just what you want. It's just the whole, again, it's the whole spectrum.
Yeah, it is a spectrum. I'm not saying it's just about what I want, but it's just I'm giving a suggestion in what else can be done. And I don't think there's anything wrong in that either.
I understand. No, it's not at all.
And in there, in our conversation with AEW, we're going to talk about the Grand Slam card that's coming up on Wednesday. So, do you see Hook? Who do you see winning by the Hook and Roderick Strong? And how you think the match will go?
Oh, it's probably going to be Hook.
I'm going to do one at a time now. We got to do one time. Let's go to Jacoby first.
We sure? We good? Okay. Listen, man.
You guys had all NXT.
All right, so I think it's gonna be. First of all, it's Roger Strong, so I know the match is gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like certain people, you just know when it's them, it's gonna be a good match. I would be surprised if they let Roddy get it. I think they got Roddy in there just to help him again. I think they got him in there to learn. And the bigger the stage, the better the veteran you want to have. I see Hook walking away with this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if Roddy snuck it because of the Undisputed Kingdom.
Okay. About you, BJ. Who you got?
Yeah, just same Hook, just Hook winning. Roger could win, but I mean, it's Hook. That's it. There's nothing else really to say about it. I wish Hook would do something different. I'm not going to stay. I'll get off that topic. I wish he would go after Jack Perry. After Jack Perry, I think is a money match that we have yet to tap into. There is something there for both of them. Because Jack Perry wants to sit here and talk about this whole you rather sacrifice and what I sacrifice. I really feel like
They
Hook.
fought each other already.
No, but I'm saying not for the TNT title. This could be a money. And plus, this new character format. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I think it'd be a money match.
Okay.
I'm a big Jack Perry fan. Don't get me started with Jack Perry. I do not like this character, but I think it'd be good for Hook.
Yeah, I think he's been better. I think, like I said before, I think Jack Perry's been better as the story has gone on. I didn't like the beginning how it started, but as it's going on, Jack Perry has been way better, and his promos have been he's been growing. His promos.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
But
leaning
y'all
into
talking about
this
Hook?
character, man. He's
Huh?
leaning into it.
Leaning into it.
He's
Oh yeah, he's
leaning
leaning
into this
into it.
character.
You know, that should be AEW's
Yeah.
motto. Lean into it. Because everything about AEW is leaning into stuff. That's cool. I hear that so much with AEW. They're leaning into it. Well, of course you're not supposed to like it. Jericho's leaning into it. He's leaning into the learning tree. Okay.
Well, y'all going back and forth. Do y'all think Jericho is the issue with a lot of these things? With a lot of them trying to interact with him? A lot of people don't want to see Jericho on TV right now.
It's overexposure. That's all.
Well,
Just a little bit of time. Just some space. That's all. Jericho's still a great wrestler.
nah,
He's a good promo. Just a little space.
I would like for him to. I would like for the Bad Apple to get a little more ring time, and Jericho could fill more of a manager role. But Jericho is still good at what he does, and the fact that people don't want to see him, to me, is a good thing. You want them to have some kind of reaction, and if you pissing them off and annoying them so much that they don't want to see you, more power to you, bro. Because it's when they don't have a reaction to you that you should be worried.
Right.
But what if he's like from time segments? Like, what if people just tune out when he's on TV?
Well, then somebody should look at those numbers and see what the numbers are when he's on TV. But until that's proven, I'm gonna go with the formula that works. And if everybody he helps create people too, whether people want to admit it or not. But if he does need to take a step back, take a step back. But Big Bill, what'd you say?
I'm not going to touch that topic. We'll move on because I don't know who he's built up since. But okay.
Well, what I'm saying is, man, again, that's coming from a certain point of view. But I promise you, everybody that interacts with him learns something. And if you learning from him, if you learning from him, bro, that's a dub. 7 days a week. 7 days a week. So, and like I said, the Bad Apple wasn't getting no TV time, or he was just coming on TV losing, and then you won't see him for a couple weeks. But at least now he on TV every week. So even for me, for a black man to get time on television, that's a dub for me anyway. So you got to again, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you gotta look at stuff again. It's all about perspective. He wasn't getting no TV time before that for real. Big Bill hadn't really done nothing since him and Ricky Starks lost the tag titles. So again, Jericho being around helps people. And that creates more storylines because Jericho knows how to be a heel. He knows how to be a rival. And when people need storylines to be on TV, hey, just put them with Jericho because we know it'll be watchable. We know it'll be good. People are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's see if people care about this tag title match. Young Bucks versus Ospreay and Fletcher. Who y'all got winning? About Young Bucks and Ospreay and Fletcher. Young Bucks.
Yeah, I guess Young Bucks. Yeah.
Who's first? Okay. Yeah, man. Yo, it's gonna be a spot fest, bro. Spot fest. I'm talking about wild, crazy stuff going on here. Frenzy. That's what it's gonna be. Frenzy.
Yeah.
But I got the evil EVPs walking away with the tag strap still.
Yeah, because I got long story short, first of all, I'm not exactly sure why Will Ospreay and Fletcher, because I agree with the Kesha and that look he gave. He's like, how come you didn't pick me? He's in the Don Callis family. Kyle Fletcher is in the Don Callis family. Will Ospreay ain't in the family. I'm interested with the Alpha does because I feel like he feels slighted by not being chosen for this tag team match. Although he should have a Continental match against Okada, I believe. But I do feel like he's been slighted. However, I still feel
on
like
the way.
Young Bucks are going to win.
Yeah. All I know is going to be Ospreay usually give me match of the night, so I'm looking I'm looking to see what that how he does in the tag team focus on that one. So I'm ready for it. Well, next we're gonna go to Mariah May versus Yuka Saki.
I don't care.
I'm gonna go with Mariah May because I feel like they still got Toni Storm coming in the wings. She waiting in the wings to get Mariah May back, and so I gotta go with Mariah May on that. I think I think that should be a dynamite match. But we got it on the card. I mean, it's still dynamite, I guess. But I don't know. This seems like a pay per view to me. This seems like a pay per view. That's why I'm saying that it's still dynamite. But
Right.
I'm going Mariah May. BJ, what you think?
Well, Mariah May should win. I don't see why not. Mina is coming back. Mariah May. Oh yeah, of course it's Mariah May because Mina's coming back, and her and Mina are going to have building up, I guess, into Wrestle Dream, which may be the return of Toni Storm. We'll see.
Okay, Jacoby.
I don't really care, but
I didn't know we could say that. Oh my god, I didn't know we could say that. I wanted to say that. Okay.
Because it's something.
Y'all agree on
the only thing I
Y'all
don't
agree on something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Mariah May is gonna win this match hands down because, like you said, they waiting on Toni Storm to come back, and which I don't really think they need to do that because that story was that story. You know what I'm saying? And but I got Mariah May walking out with the dub, bro.
I think we all got that. I think the way it's been going, I think that's a given right now.
Right, the way they booked too.
Yeah, I mean, but you can see the story out of how it's going. Because Mariah May saying something missing, she's talking about Mina, and she's still doing Storm Zero sometimes, and then mocking Toni. So
really quick, what is Mariah May? Did she just adopt Toni Storm at this point? Her whole character was like to be mentored by Toni, to mimic, to admire. She took over, and it's like, who are you now outside of that? That's my
the glamour.
Well, what's her nickname now? She's
the
her
glamour.
own character now.
The glamour.
Yeah, the glamour. Yeah, she glamorous, baby. She glamorous. Yeah, so she's her own glamorous self. Like super conceited, super talented, super confident in her own self, her own ability. So I get the character just fine because now if you want to talk about character development, that's who that is because she's had a couple different phases. But I digress.
Yeah, with Toni Storm.
Yeah, well, that's like we were talking before. That was one of the best stories AEW ever put on.
Yeah, it is one of the best. Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah.
But we got us one building up with his next match with Moxley and Darby fighting for the number one contender shot for the AEW World Championship. The way it's going, the way it's building up, I think Moxley taking it. And Darby, Darby win a one-on-one match or a triple threat match. He won a battle royal for it. A lot of people say he may deserve it, but he done lost to the TNT champion, so it was Jack Perry. So does he really deserve this shot? And this match will prove if Darby does deserve this shot if he beats Moxley. But I still see Moxley winning. Jacoby, what you think about it?
Well, you saying that because you're a John Moxley guy.
Hey, I mean, yeah, but that's not the only reason. It's not the only reason, man. Come on.
Oh man, this is a coin toss. It's a coin toss for me, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Mr. Dirty Deeds himself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go with Moxley, man. Unless they got Darby pulling a rabbit out of the hat after getting beat tremendously beat down because that's gonna happen. Because if Darby don't do nothing else, he gonna take punishment and they're both gonna bleed. Because Moxley, you do that and he's bleed. So it's gonna. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a bloody affair. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Moxley with a good old Death Rider.
Okay. BJ, how you feeling?
I don't know. It does feel like it can kind of go either way. Plus, I still think Christian has his Money in the Bank contract. They're not calling it that, but that's what he has. I honestly
Yeah.
don't know because I don't even know what the match of Wrestle Dream is going to end up being because of it. I don't know. I don't. Darby could lose only because of the. I don't even know what to call those guys. Romper Stompers. Let's call them that. They're not the Blackpool Combat Club. They are American History X. I don't know.
Oh Lord! Whoa! Hold
They're
on.
wearing white t-shirts. They have bald heads. Instead of doing
That's
a
what his
praise
character is
count on
based
his
off
head,
of.
they smash his head with a hammer. I don't know. I call it like I see it. I saw what I saw.
Wow! I see where you're coming from. That's woo. That's
No.
just a lot to go with.
I'm picking. I'm still gonna pick Darby, just because everyone else picked
Big Darby.
Yeah, I'm picking Darby.
Yeah, I feel like Darby is trying to get a fight this storm that's coming. He's trying to get prepared for this storm to come. I think he's got to trying to recruit people and then hype them up. And he getting ready for the storm that's coming over the war that Moxley and his crew and Blackpool Combat Club is trying to bring on.
But I don't know because the reason why I'm weird about that statement is because keep in mind Darby Allin came out late doing a private party attack. I feel like if it was a thing about that, he would have came and helped them at a time in which they could defend themselves before one of them got their hand completely demolished. So I don't know. I don't know this story is going, but I'm tuning in every week because I kind of want to see how it pans out. If Shane does come out, it says Khan, but it's Bitcoin anyway.
That's a whole different thing. I don't think we're going that way. That'd be nice to hear, but it'd be crazy to hear.
That would be awful to hear. I don't want to hear that. But it's just I don't know where.
Yeah. That means AEW going for real. But before I get to this last match, I also want to touch on Yuta because with Moxley, Pat, and I'm calling Cesaro. They saying Yuta still needs to be in the triple tag team championship. You know, the trio tag team championship. So do you think? I think Yuta has other intentions in mind, and he's saying, "I'm gonna stick by my word. I'm gonna be who I am and defend these titles with y'all." But I feel like there's other intentions he has in doing that. BJ, what you think?
No, he's just going to zone out during the match, just like he did in his other matches. He's just not going to be 100% focused, and I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be a situation where they look for a tag and he's just either on the ring apron, if not on the floor, just looking zoned out and want to walk away. You don't want to work with those guys.
Jacoby.
That's it.
I think he's going to cause Moxley that match against Darby. I just thought about that.
Oh
man.
He could
do that. He asking for trouble with that. He asking for trouble.
Yeah, but them saying, hey, you still need to come to work. But I think it's going to be his lack of focus that's going to help them lose those titles, like you were saying. The lack of focus, not being in tune with what they got going on. He ain't going to be all the way into it. Yeah. So it's going to turn into him beefing with them, too. So that's why I said, because they might beat him. They might lose the trios. Are they defending the trios at Grand Slam?
That's a good question. I have no idea. Let's see if I can figure it out.
I think they said they are, yeah. He said we're defending them next week.
I don't know, but
okay. Well then,
so
they'll lose the trios title, beat him down, and then later on he might cost. Look, bro, they can just pull people out of their head at this point.
Yeah, because the story is about the group. It ain't about who they fighting for.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see who they pull out that hat. But they could lose the trios titles, turn on Yuta for not being focused, and then Yuta can cost Moxley the match later. That's just me fantasy booking.
He do that, Yuta gonna find himself in that bag, and not in a good way. But we're gonna go to the man. We're gonna go to the man who was in the the first place. Brian Danielson versus Nigel McGinnis. That's if Brian is cleared. Uh, I,
He'll wrestle.
which he will be.
I don't know if I like how they've been building this up. Like I don't know if everybody knows exactly about everything that Nigel McGinnis has done, unless you just went out and searched that. They have some stuff going on the channel about their about Nigel McGinnis' career. It's like an 11-hour video, a bunch of matches he's done and what about him. They did a little video clip of him on Dynamite. It's hard for them to get going for a little bit before when they showed it. Do you think that's
Oh yeah.
enough of what they showed for Nigel to get people hyped for this match with him and Danielson? I'm going to Jacoby first.
This isn't
Okay.
really the money match that it needs to be.
So-
They just need the match to happen.
Let me go to Jacoby first, real
Just need the
quick.
match to happen. I don't know who was going first. I wasn't sure.
Let me go to Jacoby. Like, hold on.
Oh, I didn't know.
So, do I think it's enough? For me, it is, but that's because I've watched all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I know who he is. I'm well aware. But for the casual AEW fan, I think it's enough because they've been hearing him talk for the last year and a half. They've heard him. They know that he didn't like this guy. They know they talk about, and then when they have Ring of Honor matches, they often talk about his stuff in Ring of Honor. So they've always dropped little jewels in there about who he is and what he's done. When they finally got the video package put together, it was well put. I enjoyed it, but what I can say about AEW, their shows are segmented. They kind of got something from everybody. This match is specifically for the hardcore wrestling fans, and I do mean long-time hardcore wrestling fans. Because if you really in it, you know exactly who Nigel McGinnis is. And even if you're just a Brian Danielson fan, you know who Nigel McGinnis is because even when Brian Danielson was in WWE, he won the world title. They interviewed Nigel McGinnis about it and how he was supposed to get a job there, but he told the truth on his application and Brian lied. So Brian got the job and he didn't. Like, that's a feud right there. That's a feud right there. Like, again, this match is segmented for the hardcore wrestling fan. But for the casual AEW fan, yes. But that's just my personal opinion. I think it's enough. And if they're gonna keep running the packages, keep running them. Now I would see a problem if Nigel just showed up and said, I'm getting a world title shot. Everybody, well, who the hell is that? You know who Nigel McGinnis is. Even if you just know him from commentary. You know who he is because he talks about his wrestling past all the time. And maybe that triggers some people to go back and look. I promise you the views on his matches went up since all this popped off. I promise you it has.
Okay.
I mean, to me, before you go, BJ, you right, but like say if they're trying to garner new attention from new casual fans, I don't know how much it does for them. And that's who you're trying to get. You always gonna serve your hardcore or your casual AEW fans, but casual fans
You
just
got to
coming in
serve
trying
them.
to see what you're about. Yeah, I don't know.
You got to serve them because this is no different than the Rock and Cody Rhodes situation. The Rock was like, yeah, me wrestling Roman can bring in new eyes, but we got to take care of the people that's always here. So that's why they went back to the original match. This is no different. What they're doing right here is taking care of the wrestling fan. They might not necessarily be worried about somebody new. They could probably just be trying to give Nigel McGinnis his flowers because he knows he probably gonna do this match and it's gonna be it for good. He already got to make his appearance in London at the pay-per-view. We're gonna give you this one, and hey man, we're gonna go out on your shield, and we appreciate it. We can get back to that desk, but this is like I just said. This is segmented. I don't think this match was intended to get new fans. This match is intended to get because it's going to be the hardcore wrestling fans that's in Arthur Ashe Stadium. That's who's going to be in there. They know who they're targeting with this match. A Nigel McGinnis match after, 10, 15 years? Ain't no way. People going again, if you were really into wrestling like that, especially if you was watching it then, They're gonna run to it. They're gonna be there already. This is specifically segmented for them, not new fans, the hardcore fans that's already there.
Gotcha. BJ, who you got? What you got about it?
And because I don't know, he probably shouldn't, but he might. I wonder if you guys said, Jacob, I'm surprised you didn't mention this. You talk about perspectives in wrestling. Brian Danielson is on his final run. Why wouldn't it just be a match that he wants to do before his final run? That's what this is. That's number one. Just put that out there. I think this is on Brian Danielson's checklist of final matches in my full-time run. Secondly, this match isn't a money match. This is what I was trying to say in the beginning. It's not a money match. This match is just for the hardcore fans because my only big match was how it was put together. They just threw this whole thing with Nigel McGinnis coming out with a contract saying, I'm going to challenge Brian Danielson. And my whole thing was like, well, hold on a second. Can Darby go back and take it back his match, which he shouldn't have put on the line anyway, and just say, I want my world title match I was scheduled for? That was my beat, because that just seemed incoherent. But we're here now, so that's what matters. Since we're here, I think the match is fine. I think it's probably going to be a good match. I don't know. Now we look okay at the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal, but I mean, you know, it's Brian Danielson. You can have a good match with a broomstick. It's going to be a fine match. But with it overall, because it is something I've been kind of wanting to see myself for a while, I will admit. Again, it's just the slapstick of throwing it together. It's fine that they did. I just kind of wish they did it a different way. But I got Brian.
I would like to interject real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Because not for the world title, right?
I don't know. I don't think it is, but it might be.
So I know it might seem like it's slapstick or just thrown together, but the reasonings were made pretty clear on why it's happening. When only after Darby Allin put his world title shot on the line. That part I don't understand, but that's pride, ego, and booking. Only after that Darby agreed to put his title shot on the line against Mr. Dirty Deeds did Nigel McGinnis go tell Tony Khan I'm cleared and I want a shot at the title. So it was after that. So because he even said in the promo, since there won't be a world title match, I'm a challenge for it. It made sense in that aspect. So I just wanted to, for our viewers, if they didn't know, because if you don't explain it like that, then it does look like it just happened. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but even when you explain it like that, it's still, because even you just said in the beginning how the Darby thing didn't make sense. Like, that's my whole point. It's still incohesive because it still goes back to the idea, if Bron comes out for this match, how big of an idiot does Darby look, especially if he loses his match? It just makes Darby Allin look like an idiot then. So I don't know.
Not necessarily because now it does make sense because Darby probably in his mind, I won't ever get a fair title shot if Moxley wants it. So even if I do get the title shot, he may interfere or this may happen or this may happen. So I need to get him out of my way before I can fully focus on being a world champion. Because if he's still in the picture, I can't focus on this. And if my focus ain't completely on the world title, I'll never win it because my focus is split. And split focus gives you split results.
And on that, to me, if he don't beat Moxley, you don't deserve a shot anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Moxley still interfering.
To me, you just lost to the TNT. Like I said before, you lost to the TNT champion. So this match right here needs to prove to me that you deserve this shot either way. But you want a battle royal, of course, so that made you get a shot. But you need to beat Moxley, and I feel like he know that in his mind. So really is him defending the title without having the title. To me, I feel like that's how he should play it.
Okay,
I'm defending this championship. I'm defending the right to fight for this championship. Right.
I like that. Yeah.
But we're gonna go off of one more thing there before we move on to SmackDown. Get us breakdown of SmackDown. Miro is wanting out his contract with AEW. So what do you think about that? And do you see him going back to WWE? Just like we about to do in a minute.
Well, you know what that means. It's gonna be Rusev Day. It's gonna be Rusev Day again if he get out there. Yeah. You gonna get out that contract, man, because I believe Triple H wants certain people, and if he was fooling with you back then, he gonna fool with you now. So look at the people that he bringing back, and I think this time he'll bring them back and actually use them correctly. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I don't know. Maybe he might go back to WWE. I'm not guaranteeing it, but maybe. Maybe.
Well, if he don't,
So,
we about to either way. We about to. We're gonna go to SmackDown, and this segment has been put on ESPN. I think it deserves it because Cody and Roman, cinematic talk in Georgia Tech Field was masterful. I think.
Matt,
I'm not saying it reminded me of the cinematic matches in COVID times, but the production and with they said Paul Heyman directed this, and I think Jeremy Borash, I'm sure he had something to do with it also. But this was amazing. This meeting was amazing. It had me laughing a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, with all the music and sound effects they had when they
yeah,
made certain statements. But they was talking that talk like for real, and like Cody was saying, you know what I'm saying. So they had
check
them
this
going
out.
back and forth, man. So as with Cody, he had them zingers. I think Cody won this battle a little bit. But the way they shot it, and then the last line of Roman saying, "You were in my way, not just in
oh, you're
this. You were in
right.
my way in life." I was like,
I
"God,
don't
these
know.
boy." Even WWE had made several videos about this one segment. They split it up. They had to get about every line of this segment. That's how great it was. They had to get they got like 4 or 5 videos just about this one segment on their YouTube channel, Instagram, or whatever it is. So that's how great this was. I'm going to BJ first this time. What did you think about this cinematic meeting of the Roman and Cody?
Oh, I thought it was cool. I mean, I thought it was fine. I don't know. They put a lot of effort into it. I'll tell you that much. I thought the line that Roman said, "You're in my way," was fine. He didn't have to say the whole "in life" part. That was just kind of what made me bust out laughing. But I thought the whole "you're in my way" was fine because it leaves an ominous tone. Like, you're in my way. It just, everything. Just leave it as that. You don't have to say the "in life" part. Just leave it as that. It would have left a dramatic tone. But other than that, I thought it was fine. It was good, but, it was fine.
Well, before you go to Kobe, I'm gonna say the in life part was like wrestling is my life.
No, I get that. But the
I
thing
mean,
is,
you got a
sometimes
family
the
too,
best,
but wrestling is my life.
but sometimes
You
the
got my
best
title. I'm coming back for it.
But sometimes the best parts don't have to be said. It can just be without being said. That's what I mean by
That
dramatic
part popped
overtone.
me. That part popped me, bro. That part popped me.
That's not laughing. I thought it felt foolish. It felt like
Yeah, be
Cobra Commander yelling at G.I. Joe. Like, it felt cartoonish to me. You're in my way.
Oh,
And then he storms off. What are you talking about, guys?
I get you. Kobe, what you think about it, bro?
I thought it was fun.
yeah, man. I got 100% to disagree with BJ on this one, bro. This was fantastic, masterful. It was great. It was everything it needed to be, and it was also everything that I did not expect it to be. Because when I saw that was happening, I was like, "What is this?" But I was like, "Oh, they doing it on Georgia Tech Field. The environment, that's a 10. At nighttime in the stadium in the same city that the pay-per-view is gonna be at, 10. Both men have rich histories in this same city, 10. When Cody, one of the most underrated lines in the whole thing, is I'm gonna get to that last part. One of the most underrated lines was when Cody said, "You play football here, thanks, but you play football, and then you went back to the beach." I said, "Oh, oh, oh
That's why I said Cody
I
might have
said,
won this talk, bro.
That was a
That's
good
why
one.
I said Cody might have
hey,
won this
Cody,
talk.
That was
hey,
a good one.
Cody, Cody was shooting with a 357 on that one. Buddy says you play football here. Thanks. But then you play football and you just went back to the beach. I said, yo, I loved it. Roman showing up with 7 deep, 7 vehicles like he should, like fits his character. And then Cody pulling up in American Muscle as he should. like was just fine. The banter, the back and forth was fantastic. The cuts of the camera, the views, all that. Now let me get to this last part. BJ, bro, that last line had to be said because it drove home the point of the rivalry that they're in and the rivalry that they are. And let me explain that.
Kevin Owens.
The promo itself, huh?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so the promo itself was them coming to an agreement that we got to handle this business. But Roman made it clear what I'm coming for after this is over. When he tried to walk off, Cody cut him off. You got to pay attention to the little stuff. Cody cuts him off. He lets him know you're in my way. But then, hold on. Then Cody says, this ain't for you to take. This ain't yours for you to take. And then he moves to let him by, but Roman doesn't move yet. Then he lets him know, not you just weren't in my way then. You're in my way, period, because you're in my way in life. And he never changed his tone in anything. He said it all the same, but you can tell when he said you were in my way in life, there is so much more to this that's gonna happen. So that line, I know you said some stuff don't need to be said, but that absolutely needed to be said. That absolutely needed to be said because it drove the point home, and then him walking away from it was a perfect way to end it. I give that whole segment a 10 out of 10. Y'all excuse me for a second.
Yeah.
That's fine. It just like
But
everything you mentioned, we all know the story of Roman and Cody. That's why I didn't think it needed to be said. That's why I just like the dramatic pause. I don't know. I'm a sucker for dramatic pauses because it builds the suspense. It builds the intrigue. You're in my way, and then just I don't know, that's silent. But I want to talk about Kevin Owens' reaction because that's another reason why I have the feelings I have about that promo. And I'm speaking from a Kevin Owens perspective when I talk about it.
Oh, yeah, that's my second point. I'm getting to that. But yeah, like Jacoby was saying, it's the movements and what he was saying. He's not saying you in my way by where I'm going right now. You in my way in life or what we doing. And then, like I said, he said the rivalry, and like I said, this is my life. But we were saying with him coming up with all them cars, I'm like, you just one guy. Like we coming up with like 7 cars. I thought the doggone Samoan dynasty was in the cars with him.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna say, "Hey, I got the family in the car. Don't pull nothing." You know what I'm saying?
The Samoan SWAT team.
I thought he was gonna say something like, "Huh?"
It's the Samoan SWAT team waiting in the vehicle.
I'm telling you, I thought he could bring somebody new out where he was had it going on. He had 7 cars. Like, you need all this security or this is Samoan dynasty in this thing. What are we doing?
There is a new Samoan or Tongan. There's a new. Hang on, real quick. There's a new Tongan that's going to be a new. It's either a Samoan or a Tongan that's going to be debuting in WWE pretty soon, I think. Because they were just pulled off of
Hikuleo.
Yeah, Zilla.
Yeah, I think Hikuleo, the tall guy.
Zilla
is Umaga's son.
Zilla Fatu. Yeah, Zilla Fatu took his last matches this Sunday. So he may be debuting pretty soon.
See, I thought it was the tall guy. I thought his name Hikuleo. I thought they said he was signed already. People were saying he was signed already. So I thought he was coming. Actually, we just didn't know whose side he would be on.
He's probably coming too, but there's 2 of them. Well, could be 2 of them then. Interesting.
Boy, it's a lot going on, man. That's what I'm saying. The way this is going to play out, it's a must see, and I can't wait. But I'm going to your point you was talking about with KO. Well, he had his mind was racing after this segment because, and we all saying on this show, and a lot of people saying outside the show, that he may be getting another. I think he may get another. And when he was looking at the end of SmackDown, had that chair in his hand, standing behind Cody. He already fight, still fighting the bloodline. So it's like, how you gonna team with Roman after all I've done, fought here this man for 4 years, all I've been through with Roman, all you've been through with Roman, and I've been on your side of fighting Roman, and you gonna team with him over for what? Do we need Roman to fight him?
this goes to my theory of so real quick, just a backstory. Stone Cold, when Bret Hart kept Stone Cold in the sharpshooter, people said it was a dual face turn. Stone Cold turned face, Bret Hart turned heel. I've always been of the end, Bret never turned heel. The fans turned heel on Bret. I'm having a similar funny situation with Kevin Owens. I don't think Kevin Owens is going to turn heel. I think the fans are going to heel on Owens because Owens is going to preemptively strike Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is a heel. Cody Rhodes has what to gain by teaming with Roman. What does he have to gain in doing this? Why is he even putting himself in this situation? Everything Cody does is for Cody's benefit. Kevin Owens is going to start seeing this. Kevin Owens is going to recognize this. Kevin Owens is going to call Cody out on this. And when Cody starts denying it, this is when Kevin Owens is going to attack him. And then maybe down the line, we'll see that Kevin Owens is right. Does that make any sense?
I would love to see how that plays out because the beginning of Kevin Owens and Cody, when he got that match, I'm still not feeling it till right now. I'm still not feeling it. So this where it's going right now is way more intriguing. That's why I say I like to let people let stuff play out, let it cook, as they say, because now I'm interested. Now I want to see what Kevin Owens does next because he didn't get his full statement out when the Bloodline came out to talk junk to him. Then he had the cheer moment at the end where he looked like he about to hit Cody. So now I'm ready to see how it goes because I'm sure it'll be him. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to see where he would go after Cody because they got the Saudi show coming up, and I'm thinking Saudi, Roman, and Cody 3.
So
But if that don't happen, it's Kevin Owens, Cody. Huh?
What's the Mania match then?
Mania, I should see Roman and Cody, or Orton. No, not Roman and Cody. Roman and Rock, and then Orton. I think somewhere in line Orton come fighting Cody.
Well, Mania.
Yeah. Because Orton could be in this storyline with Kevin Owens also. He could be in it, but Orton might face Cody around WrestleMania time. Or at WrestleMania.
Maybe. I don't know.
If it's Rock and Roman.
I mean, there's several things you can do. You can do Rock Cody for the world title at Mania. You could do Roman and Solo for the Ula Fala because here's the deal with Roman. Roman is a man without a kingdom, and he doesn't have a title. He ain't got a tribe. He ain't got a Ula Fala. And for him to go to Mania to get a world title shot, I feel as if he has to get a tribe, a Ula Fala, then a world title. And until he gets the first two, I don't see him getting a world title shot. I feel like it's a level or structure to it.
Yeah, but Roman, he gonna get the trial because I feel like it should be building with the Survivor Series with the Usos. I think this might be a one-time thing of them coming back with him and the fight. Well, at Survivor Series, fight Bloodline 2.0, and he won't have a trial because this is the face Roman Reigns. He will have to do it by the only people he might have is Paul Heyman, maybe, and so it's face Roman Reigns. So we face Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, face Cody Rhodes. Maybe I don't know. It's just two faces of the company that we keep going back and forth for who the face of the company. It's just two juggernauts going at each other. That's what Roman Cody 3 is. Who is the man? That's what they fighting for. Who's the man of this company? Who's the face?
Well, how do you
They were fighting for that and for the title.
Yeah.
So would that be in Saudi, or you think, or they're gonna stretch that to? They could stretch it to Mania, but like I said, where does Rock and Roman come in or Rock and Cody come in? It's many ways that these situations can lead to, but it just depends on who you're talking to about who they think, what you think will happen.
Yeah, I guess. Cody and Roman could happen in Saudi because Saudi Arabia usually gets a big money fight. That could happen there. My whole thing is I just don't know what happens with Solo and The Rock come Mania. And then, of course, like you mentioned, you have Orton and Kevin Owens. Like, that's my whole thing. I just don't know where they all meet. Maybe we can have a match. Who knows?
Yeah, but like I said, we got a lot of time, and a lot can happen. A lot can happen in a week. So imagine if a few months till Mania, a lot can happen.
Yeah, I know.
And people could go different ways.
I'm still not even certain if War Games is still going to be Bloodline related. I mean, I still, well, I don't know. It could be Judgment Day. Point blank simple.
Nah, I don't know. Like I said, a lot is building towards this Usos coming back with Roman. So I feel like that's where it's leading to. Like we said before, hopefully Jimmy's okay, and he's been clear for a long time. They're just waiting to get him at the right time, get him back in the story. But I think that it got to be Bloodline versus Bloodline.
Yeah,
And Cody, I said Cody. I feel like Cody. I said it before. Roman and Cody loses this match. Solo and Jacob win, and it shows why Roman and Cody don't jail together. They fight at Saudi. Solo calls Roman the match, and so Roman goes back to the bloodline situation and handles that. Recruits the Usos and Sami Zayn, who that's the original bloodline.
All that in a 2-month span. That's quick cooking.
That's a lot, but I mean,
it's fast.
That's what it like. I mean, that's what I think is gonna lead to.
I mean, it could lead up to that. It's just I like that story. I just would like to. I don't know. I kind of want to drag that story out. I feel like it could be a really good story to drag out. Maybe the Mania. I don't know.
Oh, they can continue it, of course. It's going to continue because, like I said, Rock got to get involved.
No, I'm talking about the War Games. Like, I'm saying to get all that together before War Games is pretty quick. I'm not saying he couldn't do it. It's just I like to see it burn out past War Games.
Okay.
And I just want to say Bloodline versus Bloodline at War Games. That's what I really am saying. I'm pretty sure it's what it's going to be, but it's just so obvious. I kind of want a curveball.
Gotcha.
That's it.
With Jacoby, we were talking about Kevin Owens' mind process after the cinematic meeting between Roman and Cody.
I went on screen, but I can still hear you guys. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good.
What you think about how Kevin Owens, what he's thinking actually?
Similar to what you were talking about. After all this stuff we've been through, now you're on team with this guy, like because Kevin Owens is looking at it from a straightforward point of view, and Cody Rhodes is looking at it from I'm the world champion and I'm tired of having this problem, so I need to do whatever I can to get rid of these guys. So. But obviously, those two views are going to clash. And this may send this is what's going to send Kevin Owens back over the edge. And who's to say that Kevin won't get it off Cody? Highly unlikely. But if he goes back into prize fighter Kevin Owens, I don't think anything's impossible with that version of him. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. If I was Kevin Owens, I would be upset too. This guy's made my life hell the last 4 years. I've spent this last year and some change teaming up with you to fight them. Now you're gonna go team up with this guy, and then of course, like I was talking about the end of the Smackdown. That's two. The third time is always the charm in wrestling. The third time Cody won't walk away. Just remember that I said that.
Okay, I feel you. Speaking of that ending of that show, that thing was dragging until Cody came out there. I swear to God. I was like, y'all inside the ring, y'all outside the ring. I mean, it's like we waiting on something to happen. Like, come on, bring it on already. Nobody went through the table. Right. I'm like, yeah, they. And then Cody finally came out there and we got what we were waiting for, the Cody and Kevin Owens moment. I was like, yeah, Jesus.
It's almost like somebody,
we get it. Bloodline is beating everybody up on SmackDown. They came through the door beating the security up. Like, yeah, we get Bloodline to kick ass. Let's get to what we waiting for, bro. But another match we're waiting for. We have officially. I think it's official. Bayley and Naomi is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a triple threat with Nia Jax for the women's women's
title. They still got to do the 1-on-1 Bayley and Naomi first to determine the number one contender.
Yeah, they doing a 1-on-1 between them two first. Yeah.
Oh, I thought since they both pinned, they both get a shot.
Nah, so they did a backstage segment when they was talking to Nick.
Okay. Go ahead, Scooby.
No, BJ took it.
Okay, whatever, man. I thought they both get the shot. I'm about to try to see who's gonna win out of that. I thought that's gonna how that's gonna play it off. But okay, well, who y'all think gonna win out of Bailey and Naomi?
Well, I think it's still going to end up being a triple threat match because Nia's going to come out and attack both of them next week.
Oh, again, man. Let's see that one. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Triple threat. Could be.
I think it should be a triple threat. That's why Nia can show her dominance and beating two of her main contenders, and then we lead on to down the road where Tiffy cashes in. You don't think so?
Tiffany's not cashing in until after the Rumble.
Yeah.
She's not cashing in until after the
It's
Royal
not
Rumble.
there. At the Royal Rumble?
No, after the Royal Rumble. She's not cashing in until after the Royal Rumble. Anytime after that. Because you gotta throw that briefcase. That's a Christmas item. Do you not see that whole thing she's walking around? You think they made that Money in the Bank briefcase just to not sell it at Christmas?
What?
What are you talking about?
I get
If
it.
that was
I
the
get
case,
what you're saying.
if that was the case, they would have sold the Money in the Bank boombox, the Brock Lesnar. They would have sold that. I don't think.
I get what you're saying. It's on sale.
Yeah, they could.
It's a different regime. That was Vince at the time. This is now Triple H. We'll see how they go about that concept of selling.
I don't think they're waiting that long, Bo, because I've been to the superstore. They're gonna sell Money in the Bank briefcases either way. You go if you like it, you're gonna buy it. I don't think they're waiting that long. I've been to the superstore. I took a picture with it, all kind of stuff. The price gonna be there. She cashing in before the end of 2020.
Well, that's my thing though. The other reason I say hold on to this is because what's another woman that held it that long anyway? The only other woman that held the Money in the Bank a long time was Carmella. Everyone else has been a quick cash in. There is a story to be had with Tiffany in that briefcase than to just have her cash in and possibly lose. I just let it run out. Why do the hurry cash in?
Hey, I guess I like to see where it goes if she don't cash in before the end of the year. But man, because I'm trying to think about Nia's contenders on SmackDown. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it. I'm trying to think of her contenders on SmackDown.
But hold on, what did Nia also say at that match? If they get the world title shot, maybe you, Tiffany, should probably look for another place too. I don't know. There's a lot of variables. Tiffany can still cash in on Raw Women's Championship just to get the belt out of the hold of Liv Morgan, just so that they can have a match and won't have the title involved. That's a theory I heard. I don't like that theory, but that's something that could happen.
I mean, it's
yeah. I don't know. I see her holding it a little bit longer than just. I truly do holding that closer to Mania, sort of like Damian Priest, than just cashing in before this year. I just see it because it's a story to be told. Plus, they got Pretty Deadly still doing this whole musical thing. Like, I don't know. It's just there's something there, and I think the cash in would just be too early. But I mean, what do I know?
Gotcha. Well, we will go somebody else who's holding on for a little longer. LA Knight retained his U.S. championship against Andrade.
Yeah.
I didn't see Andrade winning, but I also didn't see Andrade continuing with Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
But they had a fight in the back because Carmelo came in talking mad to Andrade. He said, put the fries in the bag you washed. I was like, this boy. He said he ain't done with you, Andrade. He want another match. We're gonna go best of 7. We thought it was best of 5. We're going best of 7. It seemed like that's where it's going to me.
Well,
I was like, yo. Well, that was a line if I ain't heard from Carmelo. But Jacoby, what you think about them continuing Carmelo and Andrade and how LA Knight retained his title, the U.S. title?
Well, LA Knight's gonna hold on to that for a while. Did not see him losing that match, so I get why they didn't put. I'm glad they didn't put Escobar in that situation, but I didn't see LA Knight losing. But like you said, I did not see them picking back up with Carmelo But when Carmelo said you just choked worse than the Kings did against the Lakers while they were in Sacramento, I was like, oh,
LA,
sir.
baby.
Oh, you
Oh,
are on
just put
some
that up
Randy
for it. Gotta put
Poffo
that up.
savagery right now. Yeah. Huh?
And that's what Carmelo needs to do. He needs to talk that junk. That's how he gonna continue to get his name up there.
Yeah,
He
but
needs
for
to
him,
act
for
it
him to
out
say
too.
what he said, and then for them to go at it like that, that was a good quick brawl. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down. Hey man, I'm down for game 6.
Hey, and Carmelo got to win this one.
Yeah.
Cause after
Ooh.
Carmelo, if they do it like that, Carmelo got to win the whole thing because Andrade has gotten his shot. So if he beats Andrade this time Carmelo could come in and get the title shot against LA Knight. Then now you have another contender for the U.S. Championship.
Right, because you got to think there hasn't been a U.S. title division for almost a year because Logan Paul just had the belt. He just had it. So
Yeah.
you got to reestablish that whole division, bro. The whole division got to be reestablished. The pecking order starts with the champion, and then everything beneath that. So you got to constantly build these contenders up. And right now, these are the top 2 contenders. They're probably not taking that title off LA Knight no time soon, but you can at least see the people that are potentially next up. But I said when Carmelo went up, I said, well, that's U.S. champion material all day. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Oh.
Yeah. What you think about it, BJ?
I like the match. Well, I guess my whole thing with Andrade Carmelo Hayes, I kind of wish they had just said it's either going to be a best of 7 or best of 5 instead of just having these rubber matches over and over. Let me know where this ends. I also feel like this is going to end up being a triple threat anyway for the U.S. title at some point because that just seems to be the inevitable, the best match to have. But I like the idea if it was a best of 7 because then you could have pulled the 3-1 comeback story. And that just would have been an epic story for someone to just kind of like Carmelo wins 1, loses 3 or 2, and then it's down 3-1. Then he comes back and wins 3 in a row. The Cavs essentially, but I don't know.
When
I'm fine with it.
you
It's just,
book yourself into a tournament doing
I'm just over the. I'm over it. Yeah, I'm
You know, you over
in the minority.
that.
I don't want to see Andrade and Carmelo fight anytime soon. It's just too sudden, unless there's a line. If it's just to have a match, just to say I tied you up, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Give me the triple threat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I disagree. I disagree with that.
All right.
What's the basis of professional wrestling? This is competition. You don't want anybody to have nothing over you in competition. You want to be the top dog. You want to be better than that. I don't think them announcing that they were going to have a best of 7 would have did either man any favor. And who's to say that in wrestling, coming back from 3-1, anything is dope, but that means you also have to go down 3-1. So somebody losing that many matches in a row to even be down 3-1 isn't a real good look. And because that hurts, especially when you're trying to establish Carmelo as a dominant player on the Smackdown brand. So I would not have booked them into a best of 7 because then you're booking yourself into a corner and then people might not watch as intently because it was like, well, they're gonna have another match. Well, they're gonna have another match. Well, if it's a best of 7, we know it's going 7. So then you got people predictably booking what they should just be trying to enjoy to watch. So I like the fact that they never said it was a series. They only made it a series when they noticed it was like 2-2, and then 3-2. Like it gradually went into that because if you give the people that from the outset, they won't have nothing to be excited to watch because they think they know what's going to happen already. So no, I like the way they did, and those matches are hard to do when you work somebody that many times on TV because the match can't be the same. Of course, the big spots can be countered, but to have different matches, and all their matches have had different finishes if you notice. Nobody wins with the same move, and if it was the same move, it's because it was off the middle rope or something like that.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that they didn't announce it that way because you're giving people something to look forward to without even knowing that you have that to look forward to. Because before last night, we had no idea that they were going to wrestle each other again. So I like the way they did it. I wouldn't book a bit. It's hard as to 7 because people attention spans are way too short for something like that.
Oh, I hear you, but I feel like it was going to become that anyway. And again, it just comes down to, I know you say you want to be the best, and that makes sense why Carmelo, I guess, wants to get the win. I'm not saying that it's out of place or out of character or out of story. It's just, I don't personally care for it. And I just rather see the triple threat. I just rather see the triple threat. Because, I mean, I feel like that's what it's going to come down to anyway. It's going to be LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. Much like how RC was saying, it's going to be a triple threat for the women's championship. Like, we know how the story is going to play out, and I kind of just want to get to that point. The Carmelo matches are good, and they have been ending differently. And even if Carmelo did go down 3-1, him coming back, that's what made it an epic comeback. Whether the Red Sox did it against the Yankees or whether it was the Cavs doing it against the Warriors, that makes it epic. It's like, oh my God. But, I mean, that's if you're doing the concepts of the best of 7. That's if you're doing that. If you are just going to go by this match by match, then, whatever. But one comeback, it's just a good story to tell. It's always a good story to tell. People love a feel-good moment. That's why people cheer for Darby out.
But why would the heel have a 3-1 comeback though? Then you see what I'm saying? The heel wouldn't be the one coming back.
Oh, was Andrade a face?
Yes, Andrade. Yeah.
By what definition? What dynamic makes him a face?
Who is he going against?
LA Knight.
I'm talking about the story. The story ain't him and LA Knight. That was kind of just in there.
Oh, well, if it's just,
but Andrade is a face.
They're tweeners at best. I mean, Carmelo was just a shit talker, but so is Bianca, if you want to break it down. Like, BEST, that's a heel moniker. So it's like, it's just a person being...
Bianca Belair is clearly a baby face.
Well, I know she is, but my point is the statement is a moniker for a heel. That's the same thing with Carmelo. Carmelo could be identified as a heel if you don't like people who are arrogant, but I mean, to some degree, to be great, you got to have a sense of arrogance. Like, you have to. You got to have that illusion that you're the best.
Bret Hart, was Bret Hart a heel his whole career? No, but he was the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. I don't know no shit more confident and conceited than that.
And he became a heel. And he became a heel by doing what? He became a heel by putting Stone Cold in the sharpshooter. Not by heel action, not by any heel tactics. It's just by the whole dynamic of how the crowd went about it. Yeah, Bret Hart could have been a heel. But, I mean, that still goes to the point, I guess it's Carmelo a heel. Explain that to me. How's Carmelo a heel? Does he cheat? I know he has a heel background in NXT.
Yes.
But he's on the main roster now. What has he done on the main roster that makes him a heel?
Let's see. When he beat Randy Orton, he rolled him up and held his tights. I think that heel does that.
I've seen faces do that.
He is a heel.
I've seen faces do that.
Okay. I get where you're trying to go, but he's
huh?
All right, and then let's see.
Didn't Andrade attack him in his barbershop?
Yeah.
No, he can't. He confronted him.
Okay.
It wasn't an attack. He confronted him in the barbershop. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I see these guys as both as tweeners, but Carmelo's just a heel because, of course, he's arrogant. And if you like Trick Williams, you're going to definitely see him as a heel because he's a heel to Trick Williams. I don't know. I just see them both as tweeners.
Listen to the promos he cuts. He says disparaging things. He says the disparaging things about the crowd. First of all, Andrade ain't talking a lot anyway. And when Andrade does talk, he's only talking about the fight. He's never talking about the people. He's never disparaging people. He's only worried about the person he's competing against. The heels make sure they get their point across that they don't like the people there. Or they don't like this, they don't like that. A babyface just wants the opponent. So that right there should let you know who's what. Andrade is the baby face in this situation, and clearly Carmelo's the heel.
I guess they just seem like two competitors. I mean, there's no heel and face tone. They're just two competitors. And shit talking is part of sports, so I don't know. Like I don't know. That's a part of sports. I don't know.
The
Like
line
say,
Carmelo said last night about the line Carmelo said to Andrade about choking like Sacramento did against LA in Sacramento, that's a heel.
No, that's a
That's what a
heel.
heel does.
Okay, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
heel thing. Okay, I guess here's my thing. Don't take it too literal, but overall, what I mean by these two heel, yeah, okay, black and white, yeah, there's a heel face dynamic. What I'm speaking about is just these two in the presence of their actions. It's just two competitors. It really is. I mean, I don't know. I still like it. And I mean, even then, if you want to do the 3-1
I mean,
comeback, you can write the story him
that's
being
your
a trick.
opinion.
Well, of course, it's my opinion. That's why we have a show to express our opinion. Yes, it's my
I'm just saying,
opinion.
that's your opinion. I don't have to agree with it. It's just your opinion. Don't make it right or wrong. It's just your opinion. I
Yeah,
don't agree
exactly.
with it because I'm going based off the logic of this art form, off this model, based off how it's designed and what it's been designed to be. These are the definitions of what these people are based off actions and or words. So
Okay.
again, we just look at it
Okay.
in two different ways.
No, you're right. That's exactly it. We do look at it two different ways. I'm not denying that. I totally, exactly. And that's fine. I'm not saying I'm right. What I'm saying is, as I mentioned before, I just don't care for this anyway. I said that in the beginning. I'm tired of these two wrestling. I am ready for them to move on.
well, I know the one thing we all can agree on is we looking forward to what all these superstars do next. And I'm gonna wrap it up, but we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. We got Raw on Monday, Grand Slams coming up, and we're gonna be right here to talk about it on the Champions Corner. But thank you from me, Ron G, from the Professor, BJ, and the Alabama Ambassador. Thank you both for being here and talk. Go back and forth. I've been sitting here enjoying it. I'm like the referee out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do like this concept. I enjoy it. Hey, you know
We
what?
love you all, man.
Hold on. You need to come into the comment section. Tell us what you think about any of these shows, about any aspects we talked about.
Hit that comment section. Hit us up on Instagram, TikTok, all that. We own everything, especially down here at YouTube. Hit the comment section. We love to talk to you. We love that engagement. We love to talk to whoever watching, to all the fans watching this show. But please come back next time. We love to have you every time. We love to have these talks, man. So we thank you. We love you. Peace.